All right. So we're live on Twitch. Just let me check the audio real quick here. Just one second. All right. Looks like everything's coming through all right. All right. Oh, that's fine. All right. I got a mild panic there for a second. Oh man, that is awesome looking. You are prepared for this. Was that dice box or something, or just awesome statuette? Nice. All right. Hang on one second here. All right, everyone. Thanks for stopping out. This is Beau from Game Octane. We got a couple of guys on tonight that have something new to bring to the channel. We're going to be running a tabletop RPG tonight that's actually out in beta and out on Kickstarter right now called Never Tell Me the Odds. I'm a little biased on the game because I know the guy that's creating it. But once I saw this thing was kind of kicking off, I definitely wanted to bring it by to kind of to tell everyone here. So hosting, we got Jeremy, correct? All right. And then who else do we got here as well? Looks like we got Michael and Tony as well. And have you guys been kind of like early playtesters of all this, or just kind of running the game, or just excited to play in it? It it has. I've kind of been. I feel like so the guy that created David, I kind of hop in and out of chat with him every once in a while, and sometimes it sounds like he comes back from fever dreams when he's been working on this game, and he's got like all these scattered notes and stuff, and it's always been great to see it kind of progressing and becoming a thing. But so yeah, Jeremy, why don't you kind of take off the explanation of what this is exactly? Uh, Hang on one second, actually. Sorry, looks like for some reason our desktop audio is not coming through. Solved it. All right. Sorry about
Are
that.
we good?
Yeah, just
All
go
right.
ahead and take it away there again.
All right. So yeah, David and I just our paths ran across on Twitter and just talked a little bit, and he threw out this link for never told me the odds, and the name obviously caught my attention, and within just a few pages of or a few paragraphs of reading it, I'm like, I need to give this a try. And there was a night when our usual play didn't work out, and I'm like, hey, I got this thing. I think you guys would dig it. And they are smitten with it so much that they uh, they want us to use this this system instead of D&D for our upcoming next season. So they have thrown the
It's
challenge on how I'm going to apply this to a long play um, D&D design game. So
Yeah,
uh,
that'd be interesting to see my like this roll out into more of a full campaign style. Because I was reading that he's got some additional rules in there for campaign play. But
That's
yeah,
cool.
because I was talking to him about that, and that's when he mentioned that it was more for one shots or short play, which I could definitely see why.
oh yeah,
Um,
Yeah.
but it's we were up and running and playing characters within 15 20 minutes. Catch on to it really quick. It's really, I call it the risk system. I don't know what he's going to call it, but it's very very character driven. Where it's, I forgot what his tagline is, but it's literally, what is your character willing to risk to accomplish what it is that they want to do.
yeah. And I was looking through the rules here, and it kind of confused me at first because I've played a bunch of different systems, and the first thing I always look for is like, what does a check entail? And it's always like, all right, what's the dice system? And I was a little confused at that because I actually had to ask him today, like, okay, it says a lot about rolling dice in the book, but I don't see what dice it says in particular to use. Uh, so yeah, it's got kind of a different system, right?
Yeah, there are no dice. You could literally do it with a flip of a coin. Which again, when I read that, I was like even more intrigued. And a lot of people think like 50-50 chance sounds a little lethal, but the way you guys will see it once you start playing, but the way it works is it's not about winning or losing. It's about again that typical phrase of how you get there. It's not the destination. And it's a lot of play between the risk manager and the players. And this is really collaborative storytelling at its finest. And it just so focuses on the characters. And it's just 50-50 in the sense of what you're willing to risk. But then again, you can also risk more versus what the risk actually is. So if it's something like really easy, but you're willing to risk everything for it, if you fail, you're just not, it's kind of like you're failing forward. So it kind of takes into what some of those other systems are doing with, not truly failing, but failing forward
Yeah, I've
mentality.
noticed a lot of the checks entail either success or success with a cost, which is your I believe they're called factors in this game.
Yep.
That kind of rest on your character's core values, which are almost like I'd hesitate to say stats because they're not really stats in the way you'd think of them with a traditional game, but they're kind of like your personality, your items, stuff like that. But yeah, so uh, do you want to kind of run us through like character creation, or
Yeah, sure.
how do you want to run
Um,
this?
yeah, so the character sheet is really, really simple. It basically, all you have on there are well, name, what you look like, but most of it is just based on categories, like you're saying, what the tenets of your life that you live by. So there's six of them. One of them is a possession. So basically, what do you have? A belief. What do you stand for? A relationship. Who or what you care about. A resource is kind of more of what you know. Appearance, how you look. Then reputation, how you act and how people perceive you on more of a social level versus the appearance of physical. Um, and then you basically rank that. There's three different levels on that. You have um, your basically your high priority, mid priority, and low priority. So let's say you're more of a you own. Let's go Han Solo because everybody knows Han Solo. Um, we all know that his pride and possession is Millennium Falcon, so more than likely that would probably be high priority. Um, and then number two would probably be um, I forgot kind of would phrase it, but it's pretty much he comes first kind of mentality. We know it's not really true, but
Kind of like his
Chewbacca.
motto.
yeah, I mean you have Chewbacca, like relationships be like Chewbacca.
I mean, it's kind of like his personal credo.
yeah, thank you. His personal credo. Um, so you kind of take it from there. So you kind of rank those. You think of a concept you want to do, and you kind of would rank those in kind of a structure that would make sense for what that is, that concept that you're trying to capture, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. So we
So I know we
have
were kind of
the
talking throughout it.
yeah. So we have basically the six core. What are they? Not stats, kind of values that you have,
Mhm.
and those get ranked into three separate groups, two in each group, high, medium, low,
Yep.
and then each one gains a factor. Correct?
Yeah, I believe that's what he calls them now. So basically, the factor is what it is. So, um, sorry, David, if I'm getting this wrong. But so the category is the possession, and then the factor is what that specific possession is.
And
So
then anytime you make a check, basically you try and use the. So each check has a high, medium, or low risk with them. So you're trying to use either matching values to come out even or go higher to make it
correct.
more chance of success. But there's always a chance that you can still kind of injure or lose some of those factors that you have.
Yep. So again, we'll do the Han Solo. So Millennium Falcon, Pride and Possession. Let's say he wants to just get through something really basic, some basic maneuver. That would pretty much be a low risk situation. So he can risk the Millennium Falcon if he wants to do something just really crazy over the top for the simple task. So more than likely, he's going to succeed pretty much no matter what. It's just a matter of how much danger the Millennium Falcon is going to come out on the other side.
Yeah, and every check you said is 50-50 split. Whatever dice you're using, it just comes out to if it's even or if it's odd. So that always affects that. But if you are matching the risk of the challenge with your factor, then it basically comes out to either success or failure, risking that. If you go over it, then it's success or success but still risking it. And if you go under it, you just can't reach that level, then that's when you start to get into risky territory where either way you're going to take some hits to your character.
Yeah, I wish we could show kind of the simple graph that he has, because when you look at it, it's like, oh, that's what it is. It's hard to put into words.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's going to be posting the video of this up later too on the Kickstarter page, so I'm sure you're going to see all that stuff around, but yeah, so should we get into building some characters?
I think we should. Everybody has a character sheet available.
Yep.
I have a Word doc that is simulating a character sheet right now.
That is all you need. So who wants to go first? I know we talked earlier. I'm just going to set the stage. We're going with the concept we had talked earlier.
I believe so, because that sounds fantastic.
It sounds phenomenal. Like, I just got goosebumps.
I think Mike should definitely go first on this, since he kind of spearheaded this.
Agreed.
All right. I want to play Android David Bowie.
Android David Bowie.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
So, did you put any of? Did you rank your six categories yet?
I did, but I wanted to leave them flexible enough for the group.
Yep. Well, that's part of the reason why I kind of wanted to get this going a little early. So let's go with kind of what are your top two priorities as far as those categories are?
Right now, I have my reputation and my appearance.
All right. Why those two?
Well, I want a reputation as either someone who's musically gifted, someone who's kind of the life of the party, and appearance-wise, because, well, I'm gonna be the front man, apparently. We were discussing it anyway. I think we already have a bassist, and we have a manager, and Tony, did you figure out what you were gonna be doing?
I'm the lead guitarist, of course.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so I'm just the front man,
sense.
and then we're gonna burn through drummers. Drummers are my lowest relationship right now. They are low risk. So
pretty great.
Yeah.
So do you have a factor that kind of describes it? Do you have a fancy name for those that would capture that?
I was gonna have reputation, the life of the party,
There you go.
and then appearance, ridiculously good looking, as a shout out to Zoolander.
Yeah. And that's one of those things too. In doing these, you want to be as specific as possible. A lot of people are like, well, what if I lose it? Well, that's part of the challenge is you may not lose it permanently. You can always try to work to get it back. Or let's say you have a certain reputation, you try to work it back, or you can try to go for a different reputation. So that's my thought on it. More of a long term is, again, you evolve as a character, and then these categories and your factors reflect that.
Yeah, if I have to put my ridiculously good looking appearance on the line, and I lose it, I have to pick a new one, right?
Yeah. Your appearance would you would adjust things kind of accordingly. So in between each session, you kind of hit the refresh button, and then in between there, hopefully, we'd have some downtime to kind of.
Do I rearrange my priorities?
Yeah, at that point, you would try to rearrange your priorities in some way, shape, or form. Is my understanding. Again, I'm thinking more long term.
All right.
Again, this is a one shot. It's probably not going to happen, but if it does.
Well, no, I could totally see my appearance changing from ridiculously good looking to like manly scar or something.
Yep. You can always embrace it.
Oh yeah. So I'm ready for this.
Your groupies, I think, would dig this guy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, groupies are a resource, and they are also low risk.
All right. Well, all right. I like the high risk or the high priorities. What are the mid ones?
My belief, which is music is the universal language. Given the comparison that we were talking about before we started the stream, where Tony is in this band to get exposure and jobs, and then
I make sure we get paid.
well, yeah, and then the other member of our band is planning to help the Rebel Alliance because also Star Wars. I just want to be in it for the music. I really believe that our band can do something beautiful with music.
Music can save the galaxy.
Heck yeah.
Oh.
So that is my belief, and I am waiting for that belief to be lost so I can replace it with money as the universal language. I will sell out, and it will be, it will be character development.
I like it. What's your second one?
Possession. I have a limited edition guitar that should not be played, should not be looked at, should not be thought about. It is just there.
I was hoping it was a microphone.
Ooh, a microphone might be good. I would like something that I can actually use. So
There's, again, like we were talking before with the bass that Beau has, and I know what Tony was thinking about as well. So
it's an all-in-one.
you have a microphone that could definitely do something, and it never leaves your side for that specific reason, among many others, I'm sure.
Yeah, our instruments may have some special features.
A few.
I like an all-in-one
aftermarket
microphone
accessories.
that has, like, I don't know, Wi-Fi capability, so I can jack into any, like, oh, there are speakers here. Don't worry, guys, I'm already on there.
Yeah, hack into the sound system.
Yes.
We'll come back to that. What? So the bottom two you mentioned.
Resources, rabid groupies. They will give me basic free stuff, like I'm thirsty, and then 5 people throw me a bottle of water.
All right, and then relationship.
My relationship is with Ted, our current drummer. He is kind of a gopher. He is number 24 in our list of drummers. It's kind of a revolving door in terms of drummers, honestly. But we have a lot of applicants, so there we go.
What's his name again? Ted.
Ted, in this great sci-fi universe where we have Han Solos and Obi-Wan Kenobis, this is just Ted the drummer.
I accept that. Sorry, I'm making this note, and I'm sorry that my keyboard is right in the microphone.
I cannot wait to see how this unfolds. It's already sounding a little ridiculous, and I think we've had one explanation here. So
It was ridiculous like 2 hours ago.
Yep. I'm sorry if you were planning on playing a very, straightforward Firefly meets Han Solo type thing. I really just wanted to play This Is Spinal Tap.
I just wanted you guys to play whatever you wanted to play, and the moment I think it was like your second sentence, it was like,
yeah,
let's go.
I was ready.
The first time I heard that it was basically a band, I was like, yep, that's exactly what it should be. Space band.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to go next?
I can go next.
Yeah,
unless you
why
want.
don't you go for it?
Cool. So, I'm Codex Walker, and basically I just built Han Solo, Peter Quill, Malcolm Reynolds type. But I am amazing on the guitar. I mean, as our lead guitarist, and I had to have that thing customized just in case we get into a scrap. I can just turn it and fire it as a blaster. It's just ready for it.
So you put it in the neck of the guitar?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the whole guitar. I just need to turn a little bit instead of the whammy bar, it kind of turns into the handle. Yeah. So if you can't tell, that's one of my top priorities. My possession is this guitar.
All right.
My next is reputation, which is I like to do everything with some style. I like to make sure whatever we're doing, whatever job we're on, at least look good doing it, So
if you're gonna clean the toilets, you're gonna make it look good.
Hey, they'll look good.
We got a GoPro. We have a lens flare going on in the background with some EDM. We're on this. We're ready.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna monetize that video.
We will make money off this. I'll make
That's right.
sure.
You're the money guy. So
Oh yeah.
Please tell me. Darn it! But you already have a belief.
Oh, my belief? Why? What were you gonna say?
Well, I thought your belief was whatever you do, do it with style, or is that your reputation?
That's my reputation. I do everything with I'm known for doing things with style.
All right.
No, my belief is I actually have belief and relationship are pretty much the same. Belief is if I take care of my people, which are you guys, you'll take care of me. That's my belief. And relationship is I essentially put my bandmates. So even though we've lost a lot of drummers for different reasons.
Different reasons. I mean, a lot were personal. Some were business. But yeah. The core group, the three of us plus manager.
Plus manager.
Plus manager.
plus Zip Zap.
Yep.
Zip Zap.
Zip Zap the manager. He's the best manager we've got so far.
If I have to pick one person, it's Zip Zap.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you just because they kind of relate to each other. You got to find a way to differentiate.
So since relationship, I'll take care of my bandmates, but Zip Zap's my main guy. Like I know that if I might help make money, but he's the one that keeps us together, keeps us going.
Assures that you're afford the opportunity to bring in said money.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. So Zip Zap's my main man.
When the chips are down,
I just had this. Oh, it's gonna be fun.
chips are down, I'm hanging off the edge of a cliff, and it's me and Zip Zap. He's saving Zip Zap.
That's not second hesitation.
I'm glad we settled this now.
Hey, Zip Zap can try to grab you, but I'm grabbing Zip Zap.
Good.
It's called strategy.
Now, Zip Zap or my guitar? Sorry, Zip Zap.
Yeah,
There's some lines you gotta draw. Some you don't cross.
We just don't talk about it. That's how we lost drummer number 13.
All right, so you have
So that was my moderate risk or medium.
those are modest, right?
Yeah.
So belief in your bandmates and then relationship, Zip Zap.
Relationship with Zip Zap.
All right, and then your two low ones.
Is resource and appearance. While I do everything with style, I kind of just keep up a scruffy appearance most of the time. I do things with style. Just because I don't look great doesn't mean I, don't make things look good.
I think it emphasizes the effectiveness of your flashiness.
Yeah.
Take the focus away from you and put
Pay
it on
attention to what I'm doing, not to what I look like. What I'm doing.
He inspires other people who dress in a grungy fashion to also be fashionable in their lives.
Exactly.
And then resources.
And then resource is I put we have a favor from one of the people that hired us because they might have been doing something illegal and used our band as a distraction, and I know about it.
Gotcha. One of those back pocket things.
I know about it.
there.
It's not a big deal. It's probably nothing big, so we'll just leave that alone.
All right, I dig it. I approve. Stamp.
Cool.
All right, Beau.
All right, I got Bricky Fletcher. Bricky is a stage name, very different from Brick. He is an average human. His highest priority is his physique, which is like a brick. Very wide, 6-foot guy. Just looks very morose all the time. His other highest possession is his guitar. His bass guitar, which actually has a metal staff built into the neck of it, that if he needs it, he can basically just smash the guitar over the head of someone to retrieve it. They told him that there was a mechanism built in to retrieve it, but that's the easiest way he knows to get it out, so. So that's his highest values. Medium is his reputation, which there's a rumor that goes around that he actually killed a man in cold blood. That's his reputation, at least.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people say about him. He also has a relationship. He has a romantic partner that he hasn't told a lot of people about because she's actually in the Empire.
Oh.
And he's not exactly sure how to handle that or how to talk about it. But that's kind of a relationship he's got going on. He might try and leverage if need be. His lowest values are his belief and his resources. His resources is he's got a fistful of credits. I mean that literally. He's got about 20, 30 credits. He hasn't actually counted them in a bit, but it's about a pocketful. And then his beliefs is don't stick your neck out for friends. He's been with the band a long time, and he does stuff for and with the band, but there's limits to how far he's gonna go to put himself on the line versus other people. At least for now.
Gotcha. So when Android Bowie and Zip Zap are hanging off the cliff, you're just kind of sitting off to the side, you're like,
We'll see.
we'll see how this goes.
We'll see. Maybe I'll hold back a little bit. See what's gonna come out of it.
Mike, is Android Bowie his actual name?
No, I wasn't gonna go with Android Bowie.
Okay.
I didn't realize I had to have a name.
But it's
I'd like to refer to your character as something.
it's
Yeah.
Android B0WT or something like that.
well, hold on, wait. Are there a bunch of like entertainment bots? Am I just one of a bunch of mass-produced like?
You
If
don't
you
think
wanna be.
so?
You don't know.
You were
If there
gifted
are,
with
you're like, I am not one of them.
you were gifted with the semblance that you think you have freedom.
Okay, all right. So I guess I am gonna just have like a droid name, like BOIE. There we go. There we go. I'm BOIE.
Love it.
I'm an androgynous android. Mass produced.
Right. Fantastic. And our band name?
I think.
Do we want to go with Rogue Squadron?
I'm okay with Rogue Squadron.
All right. The Rogue Squadron.
All right. We're doing the space metal genre.
Vacuum metal. Thank you.
Was it?
Vacuum metal.
Vacuum metal?
Vacuum metal.
Oh, that's right. Vacuum metal.
Vacuum
Right.
metal.
That's right.
In space, you can scream as loud as you want.
Give me 1 minute here. All right.
We're skipping over specialties since we don't exactly have rules for that yet.
Yeah, we don't have. Yeah, we're going based off the beta. There are specialties and more details on the species, which will be out once the Keepstock. Jesus.
Kickstarter?
The Kickstarter. Sorry, Keepstock was an old place I used to work at. KS was the acronym. So Kickstarter. So he has most of that. I mean, it's pretty much 99.99% ready for, as far as I understand. So yeah, he's gonna have all that at the release.
Awesome.
Which again, PDF. He will have a print on demand option for that as well. Which better
And
bet your
just
ass, I'm getting the print on demand.
I also just want to throw it out if you guys wanted to see the chat, we also have it up running on twitch.tv/GameOctane. Just in case you want to open Windows and see what people are chatting about. I think as of right now, I'm just kind of the only one watching.
I see.
Well,
we have a
there
few
is
band
there
name
is actually
suggestions.
people watching, but yeah, I'm watching the chat.
Where's
I'll
the
pull that
chat?
It should just pull up on the side if you go to the page and you have enough screen real estate there.
Ah, well, that's why. Oh, there they are.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Pretty.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, they want to suggest our band name.
Let's see what suggestions we got. We got Comet Halos, Solar Flare,
Upbeat.
Gravity.
Solar flare is pretty good,
I
actually.
kind of do like Solar Flare.
Solar Flare? I'm
It's
okay
your
with it.
band.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do
right,
Solar
your
Flare.
band.
Solar Flare. All right.
That would help get us caught a lot less, other than putting Rogue Squadron in there, since we worked with the Rebels.
All right.
Good
Yeah.
point. You know, we can't actually advertise that.
So, Solar Flare is the name of our band.
Sounds suitably flamboyant.
Who suggested it? Bubbly Faye.
Lovely Faye.
Oh, really, Bethany? Rebel scum.
You know she's Empire, right?
Oh, I know.
100%.
Well, it's
Thank
'cause,
you,
know,
Faye.
they live by all those rules.
It's about
She loves that.
structure and
Structure.
order.
All right, so let's get on with the action. Unless anybody have any questions at this point, I think most of it's going to be best answered by actually playing.
Okay,
This is pretty much how we learned we did it. So
it sounds
All
good
right.
to me.
fantastic. Where did my notes go? As you can tell, I am very prepared as usual.
Yep, sounds like it.
Just ask my friends. I like to pull stuff out of my ass. All right, come on. All right,
That's
so
that's my style too, so it works.
I know that's what I was telling my friends. I'm so nervous because I can't just say I will edit that in post.
I mean, whatever goes up on Kickstarter will probably be edited a bit.
Oh, come on. There we go. All right, so you guys are actually playing on the. Oh, come on. You're playing on a sand barge called the Sakara. And you are on the planet Zan, which is a dune planet. Go figure. And the owner is a lady by Chiana, which you guys are familiar with. You've played on one of her sand barges before. And this one is going crazy at the moment. You guys are mid-set. It's been a while since you've seen a crowd get this out of control. Ever hear the Wall of Death? Forgot the band that does it. Lamb of God, I believe. So basically, crowd is shouting, "Wall of Lasers," so what they're going to call it. So basically, everybody lines up on either side. They start pulling out their pistols and they start shooting at each other.
What?
They're just on stun.
Okay.
Is this like
No.
a future mosh pit?
This is a future mosh pit. Yes, correct.
Nice. Okay.
So again, most of the pistols are on stun. People fall. Again, you're mid-set, so this is all about the art, man.
All right.
This is what happens. When you notice that you're starting to get some feedback through your monitors. Yes, I'm sure none of you are very happy with that.
No, but I mean, are we still in the middle of the set? Can we just wrap up the song and then?
Yep, you're you're towards the end of the song. The Codex just right. Codex, what you said, or Kodak?
Codex, yeah.
Yeah, he just finished his wicked solo, so you're on the last verse, about to close up on the song. And as you're starting to hit the last few notes, it starts to get almost ear shrieking loud, and the crowd is actually starting to notice as well.
I'm gonna try and just play through it.
Play through it.
Yeah.
Into the next song.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look see Zip Zap's around anywhere, see if I can get his attention.
Yeah, you see Zip Zap's over on the side. He's sitting in his basket on his Segway. His gorilla assistant is actually holding a platter of grapes in front of him. But you can tell he's on his little, I don't know if you call it cell phone anymore, but he's on some type of device screaming into it. So you're not sure if it's something business related or if it's because he's noticed that the sound is getting jacked up as well.
Okay.
Is there any way that I can kind of subtly try and either turn off the monitor from the front or I want to just turn off my monitor.
Yep, you can play with the monitor in front, or you can also look at the texts that are at the far back in the sound stage.
Okay. I mean, do they give us any hand signals of like, hey, turn off this monitor, or?
No, they are frantically going through. You just seem like frantically looking down at their soundboard, kind of yelling at each other, flinging their hands around. One of them is throwing his hands up in the air.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill my monitor.
Right.
Signal for the others that they should probably do the same if we're gonna keep getting feedback, and then just carry on with the song.
All right.
I grab
Yeah.
my monitor and throw it on the ground and stomp on it.
Crowd loves that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I will twirl mine and do a quick spin of the whammy bar, quick blast. Take it out.
You're gonna shoot it.
Yep.
Crowd is totally digging it. They think it's part of the show.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
right, you go into next song. You're probably about 2 songs away from closing her out.
Okay.
See, Codex, you hit your solo
Okay.
when the lights go out.
Okay.
Sound is out. Crowd just gets quiet. You guys can kind of see a little bit, just with the basic lights, or just kind of from the outside, kind of reflection of, some of the ambient light that's outside of the stage area.
But it seems like all the power went
All the
down
power
too.
went out?
Like,
Yeah, looks the power went down. No backup generators as of yet.
I am going to pull Coax aside. Do you remember that song from Intravenous de Milo? That quiet, like, slow ballad that kind of builds up.
I mean, we haven't played that in a while, man. You want to
Listen.
try it?
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna just go walk up and say, I'd like to take a minute and just thank the people who've shown up at the show today, and then just kind of start giving the 80s slow speech and start a slow clap.
It takes the crowd a little bit. They're, again, you really can't see a lot of faces, but there's some grumbling. You hear some drunken shouts in the back, saying "Freebird!"
Freebird. Freebird hasn't been played in this sector for 200 years.
More like 250, but sure. But the crowd eventually, they start doing the light clapping, kind of hesitantly, kind of thinking, what the hell's going on?
I'm gonna walk over to Codex and kind of put my hand on his shoulder and be like, "Do you know the power's out?"
Yeah, I can see that. I'm gonna start to like.
I'm gonna go
do a
talk to the audio guy, and I hop down off
slow-
the stage.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a slow play and kind of like start to walk a little bit closer to Zip Zap, like it's intentional that I'm just moving about the stage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look over at Ted and hope that Ted can maintain a decent bass line with his bass drum.
He's just drinking a bottle of water.
No. Well, I mean, his job is pretty simple. He just has to keep on hitting that bass drum. So I guess he can just drink a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Just
It took him a minute. He's like, oh, that, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Just doing a slow, just steady bass hit. Boom, boom, boom.
While they're doing that on the stage, I'm gonna hop down and start walking to where I saw the audio booth.
All right. Anything else you were saying there, BOIE? I don't know what you were trying to attempt.
I'm trying to keep this party going. I mean, I feel like my reputation is the life of the party. I don't care about if there's no power, or if they can't hear the instruments that are playing, or the fact that the rest of my band isn't really on the stage with me at this point.
I'm on the stage. I'm just
I'm
Wait,
not,
I mean-
I'm not.
meandering a little.
Well, yeah, but our bassist is gone. You're
I mean, my
kind of
bass-
meandering.
My bass
You're
guitar
not
doesn't really
playing.
work without the power, so.
Yeah. So I feel like my reputation is at stake. Is there anything that I can do to just liven up this party?
That is a good question. What are you going to try? What are you willing to risk to try to get this crowd up and running again?
I'm willing to risk my reputation as the life of the party.
All right.
It-
So the current state, I would call it a mid-moderate risk, and your life of the party is a high priority for you,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
All right. So I was trying to figure out, how do we want to do this, considering it's just a 50-50?
How do I want to do it? Like, what am I?
Yeah, I don't know. We had a roll. I should have asked that earlier.
I thought I
part of
read
the
if you
dice roller.
rolled I thought I read if you rolled odd, it's a failure. If you rolled
Yep.
even, it's a success.
Yep. It's even odd. I don't know if we have dice or a dice roller or.
I have dice or coins. I don't know if
I have a
Google
little
Hangouts
shaped dice.
has-
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do digital or just do it physical. So just want to throw that out there.
Do you trust us?
No, not really, but whatever.
Good call.
He
You guys
has
like good
to.
stories? If you cheat or go by the dice, as long as it's fun.
Okay.
All right. So if you get even, you succeed with nothing lost. If you fail, try to go over. Yep. Well, either way, you succeed. Whether or not it's how much, either you keep it without any risk or you endanger it a little bit.
Okay, so I managed to rile them up using the slow power ballad combined with the 80s slow clap,
Yes.
and we managed to get the light from outside shining off of some well-placed mirror balls or something.
There you go.
So we managed to pull it off, and it's just this quiet, powerful moment. But let me see. 9.
Roll the 9. So it's an odd.
Okay.
So you still succeed. The crowd starts to get into it a little bit, but after this, people are gonna be like, "He says this is the life of the party, but the show was okay and all, but I don't know." They might question kind of if you've played your stay a little too much. You're kind of on the downward slope of your musical life. What
No.
happened? Yes. Your reputation is at risk, is endangered.
They think it's because of the microphone, because I didn't have power. The microphone didn't work. They think, no, they might think I'm auto-tuned. We managed to pull it off. What about the rest of them? Like, are we going to get our power back?
Yep. Hold on. Codex.
I'm going to Zip Zap and just trying to play something. I know it doesn't make a lot of sound by this point, but I'm going to, hey, Zip Zap, tell me you know something.
So, whatever the devices that he had, again, like banana,
Okay.
probably. This is banana phone.
Yep.
He looks up at you really slow because he's a sloth.
Yep.
I'm seeing what I can do right now. Give me a minute, please.
Oh my goodness.
All right, man.
He makes
well,
every conversation so dramatic.
Bricks, what do you the sound booth is in the middle towards the back, probably about 2/3 to the back doors.
Yeah, so I get back to the booth.
As you approach, you notice one guy is about to pull out a 5-pound sledgehammer.
Oh, that seems unusual. In the crowd or in the booth?
No, in the booth. He looks like he's kind of like a gorilla android.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Sir,
What?
monkey, sir.
I'm not a monkey. I'm an ant.
Hey, sir. I don't think you should be touching that equipment. You
Doesn't
maybe
work. So what's the point?
uh.
Done with this shit.
I say, look. If you can get it to work, I'll and I kind of pull a small fistful of credits out of my pocket and be like, I put it back and go, look, maybe I can help you out here, or we can figure something out. But maybe the sledgehammer you should maybe put down a little, just for a minute, just 1 minute.
It's gonna take a little bit to convince him. So
Uh,
we'll call this a moderate risk.
all right, I'm going to use my physique to try and intimidate him. To put the sledgehammer down. So my like a brick physique.
All right.
That's odd. Yeah, that's a
Oh.
1. That's an odd.
All right. Your physique, that was
That was my high priority.
air party?
Yeah.
All right. So you still succeed. He kind of looks at you up and down a little bit, hesitantly, slowly puts down his 5-pound sledge. He just kind of goes, And he steps back a little bit. What do you do?
So this thing, did it short out or something? I'm kind of at a loss because I don't know anything about computers or music like the audio equipment. I just know how to play the bass guitar, and they hook it up and they give it to me and they say play it.
Okay. So yeah, you have this it's kind of this robot, C3PO looking guy. Again, same mannerisms. Who starts speaking out all this kind of technical lingo? You have no idea what he's saying. It sounds like a complete different language to you.
Uh,
I starting to annoy you a little bit, actually.
so can you get it working? Is there yes or no to that answer?
There's about a 66.6% probability that I can within the next 15 minutes and 34 seconds.
Okay. I guess I'll go tell our guys. You got it fixed though, right? You got this? Yeah?
Yes.
Alright. Alright.
Yeah.
Just kind of back out slowly since there's no sledgehammer involved anymore.
Yeah. The
Start heading
robot's
back
kind of
towards
looking at
stage.
you as if it was beginning to waste its circuitry on continuing to try to explain to you what was going on, which is why it just kind of stared at you.
Alright. Good bot. Good robot.
Yeah. Codex, you see backstage, back behind Zip Zap and his friendly gorilla, a curtain part a little bit of light, and you see 3 armored men. Looks like type of armor that the local police in this area happen to wear. It's almost like riot gear.
Okay.
Minus the shields. I'm just saying the way their body armor is looking and the face shields.
Am I getting any impression that they're coming like right at us?
You're not sure. They kind of like parted through. You saw them walk past, and they kind of went further backstage. They're not coming directly at you. They did not go towards the crowd. They went further backstage. Also, Brick, you notice the same thing. You see 2 of them coming out at the main entrance, kind of right in the middle, and you see, you just see those 2, and then BOIE. I'm just gonna call you Bowie. It's so much
Yeah.
easier than trying to remember your acronym.
Well, yeah, no, I'm Bowie. Yeah.
Okay, that's true. It's an acronym. You pronounce it Bowie. So you see Brick, and you actually see the 2 police outfit uniforms come in there, and then there's 2 side doors off to the right and to the left, and you see 2 more entering those doors as well. They're not really running in; they're trying to casually stroll in. But by them attempting to casually stroll in, it's obvious that they're not casually strolling in.
The man is here to shut us down.
Would I be able to identify maybe what group these officers might be with?
The man. Who does it like?
You
I
can
say that-
certainly.
I say that only because of my relationship that has a connection to the Empire enough that maybe I've gleamed a few things.
Yeah, well, low priority.
All right, I'll.
Well, what else do you have real quick?
What was that?
I'm trying to figure out what else do you have in there that was related to anything that would tie into local kind of politics and law enforcement. This is what sucks. I don't have their character sheets in front of me. Is there anything else on there that would possibly help with that?
Not really. Mostly just the relationship.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so that'd be a little risk.
It's a medium priority, so.
Yep.
And that's an even.
Even?
6.
Sweet. Yeah, so you succeed. No issues. You seem to recall a conversation that you and her had in your last secret rendezvous, mentioning about this sector of the galaxy. There's rumblings of that the rebellion might be in the area. Not sure how active, but they know of not your activity specifically, but that there is some sort of presence.
Okay.
But they're not sure as to the degree.
All right, then I'm gonna start heading back to the stage, trying to kind of avoid those guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna start to go up to Bowie and just be like, "Hey, we may want to get going at some point. We got some officials here, and I'm looking for Bricky in the crowd by this point.
It's the fuzz. Is there any way for me to get anyone between us and the fuzz?
Oh, you have a whole crowd in front of you.
A crowd that's in the middle of partying, and I know what I'll do. I want to get Ted to crowd surf and act as much of a distraction as possible.
Are you asking or telling Ted this? And who is
I wanna-
taking over drums? How are you going to execute this?
I was gonna say, I like that there's no music either, so it would just be completely silent crowd
Yeah.
surfing.
No, well, okay, so we have no power whatsoever. Which means
No.
that I can't use my microphone to, like, spin up a drum machine to replace Ted. Darn.
If only you had a megaphone.
If only I had a
Yeah.
megaphone instead of just this microphone.
Just start beatboxing.
I mean,
Does Zip Zap have a megaphone? I'm gonna look at Zip Zap really quick. He's like, "Hey, you have a megaphone?"
He kind of like slowly like looks up at Gorilla Man. You hear him like mouth something really slow, painfully slow, and the gorilla kind of stands back a little bit. He's got like a fanny pack,
Mhm.
just, like, sticking in there. It's almost like a fanny pack of holding. Yeah, he pulls out just this bright red megaphone that has like the alarm light on the top of it. He kind of
Cool.
just holds it out towards you.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch it, twirl it, and like hand it off to Bowie.
All right.
all right, I'm going to hack it with my all-in-one microphone so that I can have a drum machine.
Right. And
Do it? Do I need to risk something or?
no, we're not gonna have you risk this one.
All right, cool.
Pretty basic. So
I'm going to just take an audio sample of Ted's drumming, get that on a loop, and then run it through the megaphone.
are you gonna speed it up at all, or
Oh, well, I can modulate it with the all-in-one
Yeah.
microphone. So yeah, no, I start modulating it and like editing it on the fly.
gotcha? All right.
I'm gonna shout into the crowd as much as I can. Just Ted, 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 Ted.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the crowd definitely starts shouting Ted. Ted,
Looks like we got some people in chat excited for acapella going on.
Yeah. Too bad I can't actually sing. All right.
I can't sing either. But I look at Ted in the eye. Ted, this is your moment. I have not told Ted that there are apparently officers who are out for our arrest.
Yeah, he was
In the
busy
midst of
drinking
this
water, hitting the bass drum. So
Yeah.
Yes. I look at him and say, Ted, all this time you've been in the background. You've been our constant beat. Now it's your turn to go out there and live the rock star dream.
his eyes just get huge. He's almost like a dog, like just waiting for like a treat. He's gonna like you just pumped him up. It's like yes, it's my time. It's his chest.
And I just look at the crowd. You asked for it. Here's Ted, and I just take a step to the side and motion for him to just take a dive off the stage.
Ted stands back. He actually steps up onto his kind of like I don't know what you call it. His drum kit kind of it's up, like 5 feet or so. So he stands up on there, kind of like puts his arms out, puts his head up, just trying to get the crowd even more into it. And they're eating it up. He's waving his arms up. It's near deafening, and he just does this huge like leap off the little stadium. Just goes charging out and just does this huge like swan dive into
Yes.
the crowd. He almost does a face plant. They managed to catch him, but it's a little dicey at first. The crowd is just going nuts, and people are trying to like swarm towards Ted so that everybody can kind of hey, I body served Ted. It was amazing. Dude, I touched him. It was so fantastic.
I mean, wait a minute. I want to crowd surf. Crowd surfing seems like a great way to get out of here.
No. I'm grabbing Bricky and saying like, "Hey, should we head out of here while this is going on?"
Yeah, I'm coming through the crowd and kind of like duck my way under Ted as he goes
Yeah.
overhead.
Yeah, as you're kind of heading towards the stage, you're just kind of like he goes over age. It's almost like a slow motion. It's
Which
like,
I go to Codex. Which way we going? There's cops at the front.
Yeah, there's
I
some in
think
the back
something's going
too.
down.
yeah, and you see as Rick, you get up on the stage, you guys kind of look out. The cops that came in through the doors into the arena area where the crowd is, they're starting to kind of start beat people and trying to swarm in through the way. They started pulling out their billy clubs,
All right.
trying to push people through.
Wait. While Ted is out there, can I call for what do you call it? The shoot off where people have their guns set to stun?
Oh, yeah, the wall of like,
Wall of
the
lasers.
lasers of death.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over at Codex and say, Codex, you can set that thing to stun, can't you?
I will switch it to stun
Set off a set it off.
and just fire a couple of shots over the heads of people, not actually trying to hit them, but trying to set things, get that in motion again.
Let's get this party started.
At that, it's a little bit of chaos
Yeah.
for a moment, and then the crowd kind of there's a pause. Also, like, oh, the crowd also realizes what's about to go on here. Yeah, so they start to part, and they're kind of like getting all beefed up.
Ted get dropped
Some of them know. Was that?
Does Ted get dropped in the middle, or does
Oh,
he
yeah,
find
yeah.
safety?
No, Ted's dropped in the middle. He's kind of like standing there, kind of like, what the hell just happened? You have some cops, kind of on the far side. There's two on the far end, kind of along the edge of the crowd, so they're able to have easy access to Ted and quickly get up the stage. The other four, two on each side, are still caught up in the crowd a little bit, especially when they kind of like parted a little bit, got really dense and tight. And then when they two officers see Ted as the crowd is kind of getting all their their guns on to stun, they point at Ted. They pull out their little batons, kind of. They start charging him, so you see like a little bit of a lightning crackle, and they start slowly stalking towards Ted.
Okay.
Guys, time to go.
Oh, you know it. I'm gonna take one of the monitor that I turned off and throw it out the window behind us.
All right, and with that, pretty much as you guys decide to turn, you hear the crowd start to yell. You hear the sounds of sun guns going off, and you hear the screams of Ted.
I look out where Ted was, and for a moment, I think maybe I should go grab him. And I remember, maybe you shouldn't stick your neck out for friends. I grab my guitar and sling it over my shoulder.
We need to go now.
So Beau, you threw a monitor through kind of behind the stage.
Yeah, and it's a sand skimmer, so I imagine that there has to be a platform outside the window for
Yes,
maintenance.
there is. Yep. Well, there was. You're on the stage is kind of towards the back of the skimmer, so you do have like little kind of very tight railway. So there's like curtains, a little bit of a backstage area, but that actually is underneath. Because Tony, that is where you saw the cops that came. They kind of went backstage, kind of down some steps though. So you're actually above that area.
Cool. Right before we go backstage, though, I'm looking to Zip Zap and his gorilla partner, friend, butler, whatever he is, and just saying like, "Hey, take him. Let's go." Making sure he's.
They're already like halfway to you.
Cool. Good.
So, and as they're coming towards you, the gorilla actually steps off the hovering Segway, hits a little button, and it turns into almost like a briefcase. Then he throws up onto his back, and the basket that Zip Zap's sitting in is still there. So all of a sudden, he kind of has like a backpack with Zip Zap sitting in it. You see Zip Zap almost blindly pull out two laser pistols.
What?
All right, Zip Zap, let's go.
He's a crack shot, but a very slow crack shot.
Oh, I mean, he draws those guns wicked fast. That's pretty much the only thing he does fast.
Nice.
Yep. All right, so we gotta. You said they're kind of below us backstage.
Yeah, so they're down underneath the skimmer. When you threw the monitor through kind of like a metalish kind of window. It didn't break anything, but he kind of wedged it open a little bit. So there's almost like a maintenance kind of railing along the backside, or also almost like a mezzanine kind of area for any of the guards to kind of walk along. So it's empty right now. It's midday. It's hot. In the distance, you see a large industrial complex, and beyond that, you see a large metropolitan kind of city. In this planet, metropolitan cities aren't very bright and glimmering because it is a sand planet, obviously. It's not bad though. It's just not bright and shiny. It is more of the dull, sandy. Think of what is that, Dubai?
Okay.
Where it's like super fancy. Yeah, just take off the sheen and just make it like a flat gray or flat, kind of like tannish,
Okay.
yellowish brown.
Okay.
I'm gonna push my way out the window, try and wind it open so everyone can kind of climb out, and look around for if there's a way, kind of, I guess, off the sand skip. See if we can maybe hoof it to one of those cities that we see.
Yeah,
Or
you can. You're probably about 40 feet off the sand right now.
Ooh.
And you guys are moving probably at a decent clip. In English speed, it's like 45 miles an hour.
Okay.
Going pretty fast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is the lady who hired us, Shiana, anywhere visible? Out of
She
curiosity.
You guys weren't actually looking for her. She's
Okay.
usually up in a balcony area,
That's what I figured.
opposite of the stage.
All right. I'm good. I was just thinking about it.
Yep.
No, we should try and get out of here, but that's a long way down.
So off
I mean-
the kind of mezzanine that's outside this window, is there any kind of obvious places we can kind of run to from here?
You could. So again, you're on the back of the skiff, so you could go along either side, kind of back towards the front, or there is a kind of a sloped. Well, there's probably a way to get to the top of the skiff. There's probably like another 30 feet or so, because of the concert hall area. So you might be able to try to find a ladder or something along the side. Nothing immediately in the area. Or you could somehow try to see if there's anything beneath you.
I vote we try and look for a ladder or something to get maybe higher up.
I'm on
Yeah,
board.
that'd probably be a good
All right.
plan.
Guys gonna split up or gonna just choose one direction?
No, I think we should all stick together.
Yeah, definitely. If someone gets grabbed, then well, I'm not fighting.
Never split the party.
No. Number one rule.
I was gonna say I'm the muscle. I've been strictly instructed to watch the face and keep him protected.
I just shoot them to make sure they don't get any closer. The ones that
yeah.
get close, you take care of.
So Zip Zap and the gorilla are kind of standing at the edge. Zip Zap's just kind of looking back into the stage area, just with slinted eyes, just both laser pistols pointed into the opening. So doesn't matter right or left. I don't know if you have a preference. I don't.
Nope.
All right.
Go
Right.
left. Always go left.
Always go
All
left.
right, left it is.
Yeah, so it's a rounded kind of edge, so you can see as you're going along the edge, and you probably get about 20 feet as it curves, and you see two of the armored officers. It's mainly black, smooth armor. You have some dark blue highlights you can kind of see reflected through the sunlight. They're carrying one of them is carrying like a large kind of assault pistol or laser rifle on his back. The other one has two pistols along his side, and they both have the kind of electrical batons on them as well. And they are slowly kind of creeping along the edge, looking into kind of some of the recesses along this area. So their attention is not on you, but they're slowly heading in your direction.
Brick. This,
Rick, you in the lead? Since
Yeah,
you're
you
the,
said their
muscle?
attention. You said their attention isn't actually on us; they're just heading toward us.
Not at this moment. You notice them. And so we had enough time to pause. They're kind of slowly creeping, duck down a little bit as they're trying to look into like the nooks and crannies of the area that is occurring in front of you.
Or would you say they're kind of near maybe a railing or a drop on this
Yeah, so-
on this walkway?
Yep. So this walkway is probably about 3 feet wide. You do have a railing along your right, and then you have the wall of the skiff. Again, on this side, you're still going about 20 feet up at a very slight angle, but it's mostly sheer face.
Okay. I'm going to charge them and basically try and knock one of them off with my guitar.
While he does that, I'm going to try to. Do I know if a stun will work on this armor, real quick?
You were not sure because when you hit it, I don't know. That is up to you. Have you
Then I'm
had
gonna
any
try and-
experience?
I'm going to just
With
try and
armor.
stun one of them.
Say it. Give it a try. All right, we will start with you first, Brick.
All right. It's high priority for my guitar.
We'll call this medium risk based on armor and their training.
That's an odd. That's a 3.
Well, you still succeed. And you haven't used your. All right, so if you notice on your character sheets, there's a circle over on the right.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you succeed, but you endanger that category, you basically put a slash. So you get 2 endangers. Once you endanger it twice, you lose it.
Okay.
So basically,
Is
2
it-
strikes, you're out.
So on the second one, it is gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll break it. It's pretty
Okay.
much you break it. So you got to either repair it or replace it. Again, it's not a permanent thing. Whether it's in game, we can find a way, in some way, shape, or form, to replace it.
All right. So I come up behind the guy, basically grab it by the neck of the guitar, hit him, clear off the side, and it smashes the body of the guitar, which reveals that the neck itself was just kind of a short vibro staff embedded into the guitar.
Yes.
Nice.
Real quick, who else had rolled that had endangered? They succeeded, but they endangered it.
My reputation.
Okay, and then
And
Also, my physique, my
Your
like a
physique.
brick physique.
okay, cool.
I also don't know if you wanted to put Ted endangered, given that we left him behind in police custody. Or if that was just or if he's fine, which says a lot about Ted, honestly.
Well, Ted might pop back up later. Who knows?
You don't know yet.
Yeah, we'll find out, I guess.
You'll find out.
I will leave him as normal then.
You really can't use it. Well, we'll see. We can be creative. So
Okay.
he's still on the table. We'll say.
All right.
Codex,
So,
what happened with you?
I was trying to stun whichever one Brick was not going after immediately.
Yep.
I rolled a 2.
Sweet. So you succeeded
Yes.
with efficiency.
Sweet.
So yeah, you see Brick just goes charging. You are you a screamer when you start running, or are you just kind of like the silent, like grit your teeth?
Oh no, it's like a war cry as I'm just
Alright.
hollering, spit flying everywhere.
Yeah, and
I
pretty
get
much
into the moment.
You do. So Codex, what kind of flare are you using right now? Because
So-
you got to make it look good.
Oh, obviously, you know that twirl the guitar around like your shoulder using the strap. As soon as it lands back in my hand is when I fire.
Do like the straight, like kind of fling in the arm as well.
The fling all the way around and then one big swoop.
Yes.
Yeah. Rick, you just feel like the air just kind of vibrate next to you, and you see the other officer just kind of like drop into a heap. Almost like Princess Leia when she's in the back room and gets hit by the stun. Just drops. All right,
Okay.
so
I kind of eye Bowie a little bit, like that was close.
Meanwhile,
meanwhile, you start to hear some. So the commotion inside has now gone from, screams of enjoyment to kind of screams of panic.
it's a fracas. All right.
And Bricks, you do notice that there is actually a ladder next to you that goes up, if you'd like to choose so, or you can continue down. There's a little bit of a curve, but your best guesstimates say that you're probably getting towards the middle of the skiff.
I look back and I kind of point to the ladder and say, "Hey guys, I found a ladder."
Let's
Start
take it.
climbing. Start climbing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up
Right. Head on up.
because that's what they said last. So I'm still just running on whatever orders they gave last.
Right. Yeah, so we head on up. I gotta go about 20 feet up. It's a slight slope, and as you towards the top, it kind of rounds off a little bit. And on top, you're actually is a hover vehicle. Fits about 6, and there's nobody on the pad right now.
Make sure Zip Zap's right behind us.
Yep, Zip Zap is right behind you.
All right, let's go.
Yep, he still has his laser pistols at the ready, pointing behind him.
All right, cool.
What
Right.
does his gorilla friend have a name?
Nope.
Gorilla friend. All right, come on, gorilla
Yep.
friend.
That is his name.
He's the
Yep.
he's the help. Like, why do we have to remember his name?
Yeah, he's been around forever, as long as you know. Zip Zap's only ever called him Gorilla Friend.
Cool.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
kind of
Zip Zap
watch.
calls him gorilla friend, then I will call him gorilla friend.
I'm gonna watch behind us and watch the ladder as everyone else kind of moves their way towards the vehicle.
All right. As far as think of a Humvee, like not the Army Humvee, but like a fancier Humvee,
Mhm.
then turn into a limo. That's pretty much what you're seeing, but hover vehicle style.
Nice.
Is this our Humvee slash super limo?
I
No,
feel
it's
like
not.
I feel like it's Shiana's, but we will
Mm.
deal
I'll
with
give
that
you
if we
guys-
need to.
I'm a little annoyed that we didn't get a better vehicle, but
What are you talking about? We're getting a better vehicle.
Yeah, you're getting a better one.
that's true.
No.
That's true.
Well, and you guys landed here on your sweet ass ride that your record company gave you.
Yep.
The skiff picked you up at the local city. You had sweet background, backstage digs. So
We just have to get back to our skiff and then, or get back to our ship, I guess,
ideally,
and then get off this planet.
Have we been paid for this job?
Nope.
Okay, we have now. Cool, let's go.
all right, you guys. Who's hopping in? Who's gonna try to drive this thing?
I'll try.
All right. And Bricks, you're still standing outside, kind of watching the backs.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of watch everything that's come up the rear as they try and like figure out how to fly this.
Alright.
I don't know exactly how confident they are in flying a new vehicle they ran into, but I'm gonna wait to get in until they hopefully work out some kinks.
Hey,
I mean-
good or bad driving, we will look good in it. I promise.
Maybe
It-
Gorilla Friend should drive.
It's
I mean,
not
I have a
looking good. I'm
feeling
worried
that's-
about.
That's in his job description.
Gorilla friend, do you know how to drive this? As I'm starting to fiddle with things.
Yeah, kind of.
Cool. I keep fiddling with things.
But he pulls off the suitcase, kind of like waves your hand with like kind of moving the suitcase and basket away from you, and he sets the basket in the seat.
Okay.
And Zap kind of like slowly puts away his guns, does like a slow like crack of the neck,
Only quick on the draw. All right.
cracks his knuckles.
Bricky,
looks
you've
up
got
in the
time to
mirror.
get in.
If
Kinda-
he's gonna be here
I-
all day, I'm gonna get in the car.
They look back and I'm already buckled in here. Like,
Yeah.
man, what is taking so
Yeah,
long?
Gorilla's already hopping in.
I don't
um,
understand how it takes him so long to put away his guns, but he draws them so quick.
Oh, I don't understand it either.
Yeah. Then he slowly goes underneath, doesn't even looking, just puts his hands underneath the console. You hear, his eyes kind of just space out for a minute, which isn't unusual. And all of a sudden, the vehicle just kicks in. So when you guys start to, hover off, about 5 feet off the pad.
At this
All
point,
right.
I buckled
All right, let's
myself
go.
into like a 17-point harness. I'm just trying to find straps and buckles that aren't even part of the seat anymore.
All right, you guys are all settled in, and you just feel the ship just you feel the nose tip up, almost straight vertically. You sort of starts kind of like sliding backwards and just drop, and you just see kind of the sky. That's all you see is just blue sky.
Mhm.
You suddenly jerk, almost like you're in a car accident, pretty much. The nose
Ah.
slams down in front of you. You just see a cloud of sand, and you are suddenly gliding across the sand.
Oh, but we're still moving.
You're still moving. You're going
Okay.
about 5 miles an hour, but yeah, you're moving.
Okay.
But the skiff is pretty much gone, going quite a ways away from you.
All right.
Who was in the front passenger seat?
that would probably be me.
All right, yeah, because Gorilla Friend got into the back right behind him. So
Is there any? I'm looking to see if there's any way to go faster than 5.
yeah, because Zip Zap just slowly turns his head at you, just like, where now?
Where did we come in from?
I think that way.
I would like to call ahead on my all-in-one microphone cell phone and call the Port Authority where we have our ship. Just see if they can wrap up fueling and everything else and get it ready to go.
All right. Yeah, you try to call in, but you are not getting a response because they are saying that the Port Authority has shut down the port.
Cool. Bricky, do you got any friends in the area? You know, some friends that could help us out?
This
Yeah,
is ridiculous.
Yeah, I would say, do they know about your friend?
Actually,
I think I might have mentioned that I know someone in the area. I hooked up with someone in the area, maybe. I don't think I've mentioned that there's Empire ties, but I think due to some of the situations I've probably contacted her in, I'm sure they've assumed as much. I'm not good at hiding stuff like this, so.
We all have things on the side. It's fine. It's part of the lifestyle. But can one of your things on the side help us?
So, like, look, I'll make a call. I get out of the vehicle that's traveling very, very slowly, so I just kind of step out of it. I'm just kind of walking alongside of it.
Great.
And I'm gonna call my. I mean, we're not putting labels on it, but my fling in the city that's with the Empire, and see if I can get some word on what's happening with our show or the Port Authority or anything like that.
All right. I'm gonna call or gonna text? Video chat?
I'll call. Just voice chat.
All right.
Don't really want to reveal the situation I'm in necessarily.
That you're running alongside a slow moving.
I mean, I'm not
Are
even
you-
running. I'm
Are
walking.
you running right now? Are you in
I'm
breath?
meandering.
Why are you running in the desert?
While
That's an
you do
even.
that, if I could, like, I don't know, pull up a news feed and try and figure out what's going on.
Sure. We will start with Brick. What is her name?
Sandra. Let's go with Sandra.
Sandra. Right.
So I got a 4, which is an odd, or an even, so
Yeah,
I
it's an even.
succeeded on it.
You have an
And it
odd
was a
sense of what
medium.
odds are.
It was
Yep.
a medium value, so.
So, yeah, it's medium value. It's about a medium risk given the certain situation and the contact. So, yeah, she answers the phone.
Hey, Sandy, it's Brick. You know, Bricky Fletcher.
Yeah. Where the hell are you?
I kind of look around at the car next to me in the desert. I'm just hanging out with the band.
You had a show in Sakara today, right?
Yeah, something went a little weird with our show.
Yeah, I know. The radio chatter is off the charts.
What's
the hell
what's
do you do
going
now?
on? I don't know. We were doing a show and I guess the power went out. Maybe we didn't pay the power bill. I don't know. But then these police started showing up and look, things are getting a little bad. Do you know why they're looking for us?
Well, apparently Chiana is a key suspect in a terrorist attack that occurred recently, and they're suspecting her of being allied with the rebellion, which... Do you know anything about that?
I don't know nothing about that. I plead the fifth. I don't know much about what you're talking about. I think I'm getting some bad static here. We're going through a tunnel, so I'm gonna have to talk to you later. And I close the phone. Just close the line of communication.
Is that a burner phone?
Yeah, I throw it in the desert. It's not a burner phone. I just throw it in the desert because I think that's what a burner phone is. There's apparently Shiana has something to do with rebel ties. They're looking for her, not us. But I think they might be wondering if we have something to do with it or connection to it. I had to hang up really fast. Things got a little awkward. Sorry.
Zigzag slowly looks at you. Codex is like, well, we did kind of run and
I-
knock 2 officers out. So we might be wanted, I guess.
It's okay. You always gets me with that last one.
I
I
mean,
climb back in the car that I'm still walking next to, and I mean, self-defense. Those guys were obviously looking for us, so my hands are clean. But, but what do we do here? I'm a little lost. What are we gonna do?
Well, we could probably find a place to crash. We have a number of fans off the grid, so we could probably they'd be thrilled to host us for a day or a week or a month even. And I mean,
it's got to be a little under the radar, doesn't it? Are we involved?
in what this whatever this is just a gig. We're just here to do music, our real calling, our true calling.
yeah, Zip Zap's right though. They might think we're involved. That's 'cause we ran.
I mean, what did,
Uh,
that isn't how you do things. That isn't, you don't just crash a party and then start assaulting the people who are having a good time. That's not how you start a conversation.
Hey, I'm just happy we got out of there. I'll be honest with you. I mean, poor Ted, but as long as you guys are good.
Who?
Um,
Oh, right. Oh, I'm sure he's fine. Especially if, like, they're probably just asking him a couple of questions. Nice, normal questions, like what his name is and where we came from and who employed us.
so Bricky, do you know of anyone?
Wait, are those good questions?
No, those are bad questions.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. But he said good questions, and I got a little.
Well, it kind of got away from me, if I'm honest. I'm programmed for music and partying, not very much for the police.
So we either try and hide out until things die down, or what? We go
We turn
help
ourselves in?
Shiana?
Whoa! Why would we help someone who's suspected for crimes?
I mean, she didn't pay us. And we have this, but I don't think we'll be able to really. Will this fit on the ship?
Well, we'd have to
No.
get the ship out of lockdown first off.
Yeah. And I don't think this is really easy to hide, and I'm pretty sure we can't sell this right now.
I'm sitting in the back. And I just let out another. I'll make another call. So
Thank goodness he has so many people to call.
I
You just
stepped-
threw your phone, didn't you?
I step back out and walk back to go find it, which it's like what 30 feet away now.
Not that far.
So I go get it, dust it off.
I'll just tap Zip Zap. It's like, just stop the vehicle for now. We have no idea where we're going as it is.
So I call Sadie to
Oh,
see if we can crash at her
okay.
place. Because we want somewhere, hopefully, that we won't get reported or be talked about. So I'm going to see if I can get us a spot at her place.
I want to call our employer, like the person who set up this gig.
Oh no.
That's Zip Zap.
Well, no, not Zip Zap, the lady who's suspected for doing crimes.
Shiana?
Oh, Gianna?
Yes, Shiana. I don't remember people who don't pay me.
I do.
I mean, you just don't remember people in general, but
Well, yes, that's true, Bricky, but I mean, I remember
He
you
remembers-
guys.
He remembers our names. That's an accomplishment.
that is true.
Of course.
True friendship
Mm-hmm.
and deep-seated programming.
I am what I am.
I do like the comment that you're basically C-3PO with just some Bowie programming.
Not incorrect. So I'm going to call the person who needs to pay us.
Shiana?
Yes, that one.
All right. Do you know, sorry, trying to
There are two phone calls that you wanted
Yep.
to handle. So if you want
Yep.
to handle like where we're staying for the night,
Yeah.
I guess
should
we'll
we-
Brick, because I'm guessing Brick, you just kind of got out and just we're gonna call, right? Or we're gonna come back and make.
Yeah, I was basically just gonna ask her if we could stay for a bit and lay low.
All right, I will have to make you re-roll it because you've hung up on her before.
It does seem like a bold move.
Yeah.
We got out of the tunnel.
Oh, it's another even a 2.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So it takes a little bit to kind of give me the cold shoulder for a minute, and then she finally, probably like fourth ring, she's like, out of the tunnel, huh?
Sandy, it's your reception here is
Yeah.
crazy in the desert
Okay.
world.
Mm-hmm.
Look, so the guys and I may have stumbled into something.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Look, we just need somewhere to lay low for a little bit. I know we're a new thing, sort of. Look, do you think you could help us out?
What do you need? Just a place?
Just a place to crash for a little bit. We just need to figure out what's going on.
I'll call you back. Might take
All
a bit. Keep your head down.
Will do. Oh, hang up.
Oh, I got static. Sorry, I'm in a tunnel. Hangs up. All right. So, Bowie, you're gonna try to get in touch with Gianna. It was actually done through Zip. Again, Zip Zap's your manager, so it was conducted through him.
but well, Zip Zap, can you talk while you're driving?
No, Zipzap, can you dial the number and give it to Bowie?
We told him to stop, so he's
That
in the
is-
process of stopping still.
I'm going to use my all-in-one microphone cell phone hacking device. And just
Say,
get into
you
his
really want him
contacts.
to like dial it for you, or
No. I'm just gonna get into his phone book, and I'm gonna...
okay, just gonna hack it. Okay, there you go.
I like the amount of acronyms that microphone is collecting.
It's an
Yep.
all-in-one. But yeah, I'm going to call the lady who owes us money.
Right, voice, video, text. What are you gonna try to do?
Voice.
Yes, you are. Before it even really rings, just instantaneously. It's like what?
This is B0I3, the mass production android frontman for Solar Flare, the people who you hired to do entertainment for today.
Oh, the ones who stole my my vehicle, so I can get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, because we were
Hmm.
being assaulted by the police. Now,
And?
normally,
Not my problem. Give me my freaking vehicle back.
That is a bit difficult right now. However, I would like you to know that it is very well taken care of and will be returned when we are paid properly. I am forwarding you our bank account number, which you still have on record from when you hired us. Please provide the funds necessary and we will return your vehicle in a timely fashion. Furthermore, please never do business with the spectacular musical presentation that is Solar Flare ever again. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day. And I'm gonna...
All right, simple enough. You feel better?
Very much.
The boy feels better
I
now?
am-
Okay.
Such a tizzy right now. I'm gonna go out and walk in the desert next to Brick. I'm just so peeved right now.
I'm gonna look at Zipzap. Do you have a way to check our bank account to see if anything is actually going to happen?
Yeah, I kind of slowly points at his gorilla friend. Pulls out, goes into his fanny pack again, kind of rummages around a little bit and pulls out what looks like a PDA. Yeah,
Cool.
It says HP on it. Yeah, so he kind of dials in with his big fat fingers. So pulls up the account, and yeah, there's nothing going on at the moment. So kind of hands it to you if you want to keep an eye on it.
I'll hold on to it.
Right.
So, do we have a place to stay or not?
Ricky?
I think so.
Think so.
We'll have enough. We'll have somewhere to lay low down for a little bit. We'll see how long we can stay, but we have somewhere for now.
Okay, well, that's good. Now
Can
we
this
have
thing
to
move
come-
faster than 5 miles an hour, though?
So I've been trying to watch Zip Zap this whole time and see what he's doing. I start to take over.
I get to have like Zippy. Why don't you?
Yeah.
Why
Here,
don't you
relax. Just relax a bit. I can get this. I've and try and tell me if I'm about to do something really bad.
You'll have already done it by then.
Probably, but at least we can move a little faster, maybe.
Yeah, he gives you a thumbs up and a big smile.
All right. You guys want us? Where even is your friend? Like, what direction, Bricky?
I'm gonna
You know,
assume
she's
since
in the
she's with
same
the
city
Empire.
that you guys landed in. So
Yeah.
it's the main kind of city on this planet.
If we're lucky, it's only a stone's throw away from the starport. Then we can figure out how to get our ship out of lockdown and we can leave this planet.
Cool. You guys back on board?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I've been here for a while, just kind of waiting.
Try and take
for...
off. Ready. Faster pace than Zips.
Yeah, so at first it's kind of kind of easing onto a little bit. You're like, oh, all right, I got this. And all of a sudden you hit a little too hard.
Ooh.
So you guys are flying. So
Wait,
I'm sure if you want to,
But do we look
not literally flying, but you are going very, very fast, and you look damn good.
Excellent. All right, I'm good.
That's
Kind of on the verge of losing control, but that makes it look even better.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
I figured.
Okay, so once we find somewhere to lay low, what's our next steps? What are we doing?
Who's looking at the bank account thing right now?
I can hand it back to someone. Like, here, I'm driving. Take this.
I will hold it with my unblinking gaze and just stare at the digital display.
Well, as you're seeing at the digital display, you see the numbers actually going down.
What? That is the
Jeez.
opposite of what. You shouldn't even be able to do that with the bank account number.
And it suddenly says 0.
Oh no.
Hey, should that say 0?
Our official bank account is now empty. Solar flare is bankrupt.
I don't know about bankrupt, just penniless.
Well,
Well,
I-
penniless,
No.
bankrupt. I don't know these words. This is beyond my vocabulary.
so I reach in my pocket and I pull out a fistful of credits and be like, I mean, we've still got something here.
Well,
And then I kind of just put it all back. Still haven't counted it.
that's very good. It's just Zip Zap. What? Who? I hand it over. Can you figure out why this is draining? It's empty now.
Again, slowly kind of puts his hand out. Halfway there, Gorilla Man's just kind of, or Gorilla Friend, just kind of grabs it and starts, working on it.
Okay, if that's gonna. All right. Does your friend need compensation for providing shelter for us?
I really hope not.
Because we
probably
don't
not
have
anything.
money.
Probably not anything you guys can provide, but we'll see.
Oh, one of those. Well, all right then. Ah.
I mean, I meant
put a
more
ring
because you
on it.
guys don't have credits. I have these credits in my pocket, but
Oh.
you know.
Can you guys search the vehicle, see if there's anything that they might have stashed in here that we can use?
Are you asking me to look for credits between the cushions?
I'm looking to asking you to look for things to sell.
I'm gonna start seeing what we can strip out of this thing.
Is there a minibar?
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, the first thing you notice is the minibar, and it is some top shelf liquors from across the galaxy. Some really nice glassware as well. Some rare crystals.
This will fetch us a pretty penny if we find someone who's willing to buy it. No questions
it's-
asked.
And then you actually, we'll say, everybody's doing it. Bricks and Bowie.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would if I wasn't trying to make us look good driving faster.
Well, that's all right. You're doing very well at it.
Right, Bricks, you, as you're looking around, your finger goes across the switch. And you, it's almost like a pressure kind of, well, not really a switch, like a little kind of push button. You just kind of notice kind of the texture between the button and the form of the wood. It's actually genuine wood in here. It's a nice dark,
Oh.
you know, yeah, fancy.
Does the button say "Do not push"?
No button. You just kind of feel kind of like the outline of the button.
Oh, well, I'll push
It's,
that.
yep, it's along the wet bar actually. It's a wet bar. Fancy.
Yeah, I'll see if I can
Yeah.
trigger activate whatever this thing is I found.
Yeah, you push it, and all the liquor and the glassware or crystalware just suddenly like flips back. But kind of like recede, kind of like protect them. The thing flips back, and it does like a full 180 on the other side. It's complete weaponry, basically. Various pistols and assault rifles. There's even a really nice sniper rifle.
Oh.
Hey,
Yeah. So they're
guys,
obviously
look what I
ready.
found. I found some weapons.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Is there a stylish side piece for me?
Yeah, there's one if you want to take a close look. Like I said, there's quite a variety. If you want to take a close look.
I mean, I barely know how to shoot one of these things, but I've posed with them long enough to know that pistols are suited for me.
I'm gonna look in there and see if I can find basically anything blunt or sharp that I could hit someone with, close range.
Yeah, nothing. Or you find a stick similar to what the police were using. So you're I forgot the hell I called it before. Basically, it's like
Stun baton?
yeah,
A stun
baton. Yep. So, and as you kind of look at it quick, you notice on the bottom of the pommel there is the symbol of the rebellion.
Huh.
Yeah.
Looks
So-
like Shiana did have some ties to the rebels.
Oh.
So it's actually the symbol of a phoenix rising through a shattering star.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna pocket it for now. I'm not actually gonna use it. I just wanna keep it just in case. Maybe the symbol could come in useful. Nothing like carrying around something with a rebel symbol on it to prove you're not a rebel.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not sketchy.
I mean, we could always hand in the car if they're looking for evidence of this person who hasn't paid us having a link to the rebellion.
I say we only hand in the car if they're willing to pay for it.
We're going to ask the cops to pay us for evidence.
It's a reward.
I mean, if we can get it off world, I got a guy in the next system over.
If we can hide it long enough and get it to the ship.
I like this idea. I like this idea a lot. Okay,
I'm
then.
Right. So we got.
We just-
What's the next step? What do you guys?
First, hand me the most stylish weapon that's in there.
I
whatever
hand
it
over
is.
the sniper rifle.
I immediately start thinking of how I can incorporate this into a new guitar.
You're also driving.
It's a very long neck guitar.
That's fine. Hey,
His driving just suddenly became a lot fancier.
yep.
Okay, so we have guns, we have no money, and we have a hideout.
I mean, not
think
no
we're
money.
criminals now.
We don't have no money. We have
We
some
have-
money.
We have some money. This feels like we're ready to do crimes if we need to.
All right.
Hey,
I
that's
have.
what rock stars do, man.
I mean, brave and heroic decisions, right?
Well, yeah, but
Some jerk
trashing a
once told me
hotel
that.
room
I don't
because
know.
they didn't take out all of the brown M&Ms is one thing. Holding someone at gunpoint for money seems a bit, I don't know, gauche.
You know, I've always been wondering about that. You always tell me that brown is your favorite M&M, but you always want them to take them all out. I don't get it.
Well, it's because I don't want to have it so like frequently. If I
You're
don't
trying to
have any
savor it?
around, yes, it's rare because then I find a brown M&M in the wild and it's a gem.
All right, I can't fault you for that logic. That's actually good.
All right, once we find a place to stop, I'll see if I can make a call and figure out about this port closed down.
Yeah, I suppose I'll get on Twitter and ask all the rabid groupies what's going on. Start a hashtag, solar flare off world, and see if maybe we can get some traction.
Point them in the wrong direction for sure.
Exactly.
Different city entirely.
Right.
I mean,
so-
there's not a lot of cities.
No, but if we can convince them that we're going to be having a gorilla like rock show somewhere else, that might distract the police attention from the main starport.
Oh yeah, it's not bad.
I
Can
say get
I-
on it.
Can I do that, Mr. DM?
Sure.
Cool.
You got how exactly you want to do it though?
Exactly.
What-
Starting a guerrilla Twitter campaign
okay.
through social media.
No, I don't know
It'd
if
probably
that
be
was
your
like you want to do
relationship
it like
with the
right
fan.
now, this very moment.
Hmm?
What are you saying?
Just do I have any feed from just our last couple of shows? Just like short video clips and the like, maybe a couple of GIFs up on Giphy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe a
Alright.
few specifically of him.
Exactly. And then ooh, I know what I'll do. The car's Cortex, I need for you to stop the car. Wait, no, don't stop the car. Go faster. I'm going to open the sunroof and then use my all-in-one microphone hacking device camera. Phone.
Wait. Are you gonna take video of where we are?
Well, no, I'm taking a selfie video. There's nothing in the background. It's a giant desert. The planet.
There's that giant city we're coming right up to.
Well, no, it's a selfie. That means it's only looking at the things behind me.
You can always turn the vehicle too.
True.
I look at the background. Is there only desert behind me?
There's only desert behind you.
Perfect. I'm going to take a selfie video describing that Solar Flare is taking our show on tour after our wonderful showing over at Solana's skiff, sandcrawler,
Shiana.
whatever
Yeah.
her name is.
For sand barge.
Her sand barge. We're taking our show on the road. This planet is just simply dazzling. And then I start listing off a bunch of cities that aren't the city we're going to, saying that we're taking our tour there. And to follow us on Twitter at @SolarFlare Interplanetary Galactic. And we'll be announcing our showings.
Fantastic. Right, I'm gonna make it. So for that to catch on, that'll be a low risk. So
Am
What
I
do you want?
risking? I am willing to risk my microphone because I'm doing a lot of things at the same time with this microphone. I'm editing video, audio, posting things to social media.
right, roll it.
No, that's an audio and video microphone.
It is a 5, which I believe is endangered now.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was because you went over it, right?
Yeah.
Yep, over 60, so it's endangered.
Okay. So I do it, but it's so I
It's starting to
guess
overheat a little bit.
I'm probably
Let's
draining
get a little
the
hot.
battery.
Or that. Yeah.
Just like I haven't charged this thing in. We just finished an entire set, and I've hacked a couple of devices, and now I'm doing a wideband, projection. I'm using up my battery. All right, I have like 5 apps going at the same time. It's terrible.
So we'll go fast forward a little bit. Bricks, you get a just a message with an address.
All right, I relate to the guys. This is where we gotta meet. I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna find there, but someone's looking out for us. So that's all you gotta know.
All right. I will start driving as much towards that address as I can.
Right. Yeah, vehicle has internal, interplanetary GPS. So,
The wonders of modern technology. It's brilliant.
right.
Indeed.
Mhm.
Imagine being stuck in a desert and not knowing where you're going.
I mean, you can tell it's not one of the first class plans because they're using MapQuest still, but it works. It'll get you
And,
there.
and AOL is their primary, ISP.
Oh yeah, they got those discs everywhere. They make some houses out of them in the shanty towns.
This must feel right at home for ZipZap, though. It goes just as slow as he does.
Hey!
Wow.
Anything else along the way to the address?
I'm driving, so I'm going to wait till we stop.
Right. What about the other two?
I would like to start coming up with a new song for a new album.
All right.
We're criminals on the run now. This is exciting. We're trying to
You
go
should
off
call
the grid.
You know what? Call it We Shot First.
Ooh, I like that. All right. The
I'm gonna take
first song.
You kind of did in this situation.
Yep.
You were the first one to shoot. You shot at the crowd with your stun.
Yep.
And then you
It's
shot
not
at
a lie.
No, it's not.
Right,
like
and
it.
the first song of the set will be I Shot the Empire. There we go. Oh, this will be great with
Nice.
the rebellion. That's an entire untapped market we're not working with. Yes.
As he's kind of saying that, I'm thinking, how publicly can we perform that song? That doesn't sound like a good song to perform very publicly.
Rebellion only.
Well, no, the
You go on
Empire
your
is
rebellion
kind of...
tour.
Well, it's not the Empire. It's an empire. It's supposed to be... publicly, it's going to be against, commercialism. And well, it's going to be very anti-disestablishmentarian. So it's a diverse song with multiple meanings. I'm still working on it, though.
Well, he's trying to tell me about this song. I've taken the credits out of my pocket and started counting them finally. I have 23 credits.
Better than none.
Yeah. Our account
Uh,
says 0, so.
Yeah. And Gorilla Friend.
Mhm.
We'll wait for that, actually. So as you're driving, you start getting into a seedier area. Multi-level mega city. Very Fifth Element-like. And you are heading kind of into the dredges
Okay.
of the area. So having this really fancy vehicle, you're starting to get quite a few looks. So
Looks from who exactly? Like, does it look like anyone in particular, like a local police force, or just citizens going by, or?
in an area like this, there probably won't be much police presence. A lot of the locals, again, it's very rundown, a lot of homeless, some gangs. So you can tell the difference between, your basic citizen, your drug dealer, your prostitutes, and the gangs that kind of run the area. So you can very easily kind of get a feel for the hierarchy of the area that's going on. So it's pretty much run by the gangs, and which they're drug gangs pretty much. So
I'm just gonna do my best to sit up straight, broad-shouldered, look intimidating a little bit. Hope that my reputation's carried me to here.
well, they really can't see you because it's, again, that nice limo Humvee, and the windows are tinted.
Then I'm still doing it out of paranoia, assuming they can see me.
Yeah. So you're definitely getting a lot of attention. You kind of get into a very tight alleys.
Okay.
And you gotta slow it down a little bit. And now you get people that are kind of
If
walking
I
along.
really have to, sure.
Okay. You don't have to.
No, I'm gonna slow
Depends how much attention you want to draw into this area. So without drawing any more additional attention, you have to slow it down a little bit. And you
I
start
like
to get
style, but I'm not dumb, so I'll slow down.
so you start to get an audience kind of following you a little bit. A lot of the more of the teenagers kind of see what the hell's going on, because what the hell is this really nice ass vehicle doing in this shitty ass part of town? So, and you find yourself in front of the address, and it is a kind of a tenant building.
Mhm.
Again, very Judge Dredd. It's kind of what I'm thinking. So you see the most recent one?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, basically it's like that hollowed out shell.
That massive, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not quite that immense,
But that idea.
but
Okay.
that idea. So there you are. You guys
Oh,
gonna get out?
look-
You gonna sit in there, or how are you going to
I'll-
approach this?
I'll get out first and kind of stand by the car, try and look like hired muscle or something.
All right.
Hmm.
Oh, what do you guys want to do? What's our move here?
Well-
I think this is the place.
Well, I mean, don't you think you should go and knock? Go and let your friend know that we're here, or
Yeah. You guys might want to lock the doors on this thing though. If I'm gonna step away from it,
lock the doors from the inside and continue working on I Shot the Empire.
all right. So I'm gonna go. I guess walk away from the car and try and get to the location. See if I can knock on someone there.
Yeah, you're pretty much parked right in front of it. So you just have a stairway going up as a double door. So yeah, there's people hanging out kind of on the steps and smoking their whatever the cigarettes would be in this kind of setting. Probably just cigarettes.
I'm gonna step out enough so that I can keep an eye on Ricky and the car as much as possible.
All right. Yeah. So as you Brick, how are you approaching this scenario? Everybody's looking at you because you are a large man who stepped out of a very nice vehicle.
Yeah. So the location that I'm at, is there just like a kind of a main door to go to though? You said.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a large, very plain-looking building with stairs leading up to this double-door entry. It's very 21st century looking, where it's very heavy concrete, not a lot of special design to it.
Okay.
So
I'm
very
gonna
plain, but it doesn't really have any of the technology of the last 2 or 3 centuries.
just try and walk past the people and kind of try not to notice them noticing me, I guess, and
Play it cool.
try and stride my way into the building.
All right. Yeah, when you get up to the door, the two guys sitting off to either side. One is a like a rhinoceros, a sentient rhinoceros man. So kind of like a GIF, but put a horn on his nose.
Okay.
And then the other one is looks to be a construction style robot, who's very, very rusted. And they both kind of like step in front of you. And the construction robot is like, "What brings you here?"
Got a friend of mine that's gave me this address to come to. Named Sandy. Maybe you know her.
I don't know, Sandy. Looks at the Rhino man. You? Rhino just goes, "Nope."
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll go inside, work out what's going on here, and I'll come back and get you guys later. Figure out what's going down. I try and kind of just push my way past him if I can.
Yeah, Rhino man just kind of leans over and just shoulder checks you.
I say, look, friend, you don't want to go down this road. I'm Bricky. I don't know if that name means something to you. Got a bit of a reputation around this parts. So I'm going to try and use
So
my
do I.
reputation, kill the man, to see if I can intimidate this guy.
Give it a try.
All right. And that's a
This will
medium
be-
for me.
Yeah, this will be a high risk for you.
All right.
A high risk situation.
So I'm going to roll under then with my medium. See if I still make it work. Oh, no, that's an odd.
Oh.
You have lost all respect with that. Word to get around. Yeah, so Rhino, man just kind of scoffs, he brushes his thumb along his horn. It's like, and you notice that probably like third of the tip of the horn looks like it's encrusted in dry blood.
Huh.
Killed a man, huh?
Can I still see Bricky from where we're at?
Yeah, you can see him. Yeah, so you can't really hear what's going on, but
Okay.
you kind of see the physical altercation occurring. You probably get a sense that it's probably going to ask.
Would I just see like he tried to step by and the Rhino Man shoulder
Yes.
checked it? Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna start stepping a little closer to Bricky.
Right.
I kind of look at the guy and. All right. Looks like this is gonna take another tactic. I reach into my pocket and I pull out the 23 credits. All right, look. You take these. I get inside. No one asks any questions.
Right. Moderate.
All right, that's a low one for me. So let's try it again.
Sorry.
Oh, that's a failure too.
Oh, man.
So he just takes the credits from your hand. Is like, thank you. He doesn't move.
I'm coming up behind. Like, Bricky, what's going on? I have my guitar kind of just like casually slung on my side.
Well, my friend here was just telling me he's not gonna let us in. And I may have lost all our money, but
No, hey, look, I'm sure Bricky's one of my boys here, and I'm sure you're just protecting your own. Listen, we're just trying to find a friend of ours. I know you want to be careful, you want to take care of your people. I gotta take care of my guys too, and the only way I can take care of my guys is if we at least find out about. And I'll whisper, what's the person's name?
Sandy. But he said
Sandy.
he doesn't
We
know.
find Sandy, and she told us to come on, man. I know you gotta take care of your people, but I gotta take care of mine, and we just need a place, okay? So we just gotta find this Sandy.
Let's do moderate risk.
Cool.
What are you trying to use?
I'm trying to use my belief of taking care of my people,
Yeah, that's what I figured.
which is moderate. That is a 4.
You
that is an
succeed and keep.
Oh, okay.
Finally.
We needed one.
I was saying, this is about to get messy. Rhino kind of pauses a minute, just stares at it. I can respect that. He's like, I beam. Let him through. And they both step aside.
I look at the rhino guy. I'm like, really? This guy convinced you?
I'll just pat him and just be like, just come on, shut up and come on.
I got respect for him.
And I whispered to Cody as we walk in. He took my credits. I don't even have those credits anymore.
Figure that out later.
He's gonna get a burger soon.
Yeah, so you guys head in. It's just a din of just chaos with noise. So you just kind of walk down a short hallway, and it's just a large open area. Again, the hollowed out building with the different balconies all along it. Just you got people just doing stuff because they have nothing else to do. So a lot of smoking, shooting up, and just idling.
So is this like the location I was given? Is it like a specific like place here, or is it just this building in general?
It's just this building in general. And we will cut to Bowie. Ooh. Give me 1 minute. Bowie, you hear a knock on the side of the window,
I lower the window just a crack.
and you see a brick. What does Sandy look like?
Sandy has, strangely enough, sandy blonde hair, and she is a rebel soldier, so she's also very tall and built.
Empire
very
soldier,
similar to me.
Isn't she?
What?
She Rebel or Empire?
Or Empire, yeah.
Alright.
Empire soldier. So yeah, she is about as built as me.
Wow, that is Beau.
Nice. Yeah. But she's not wearing her Empire gear. She's not, dressed like the locals, but it's very kind of plain, kind of working class type clothes. So he's like, kind of like tries to kind of peek in through the window a little bit. She's like, why am I only seeing 3 of you? Where's Brick?
Are you Brick's friend?
can use that word loosely.
I believe he went inside to go find you, Miss
Sandy.
Sandy. I am the great frontman for Solar Flare. They call me Bowie.
Pleasure. She looks unimpressed.
That's disappointing. It's like you have a purpose in life and you're not meeting it because someone's unimpressed. That.
Are you saying that out loud?
Well, no,
Okay.
I'm thinking.
You're internally computing this.
Yes. In any case, I believe they're inside. If you give me a minute, I scroll. I roll the window up, and I would like to use my cell phone to call Brick and Cortex.
All right. Bricks, Cortex, well, Brick, he calls your phone.
Hey, yeah, we're in the building. I don't see much here. What you calling about?
Well, Sandra is outside of the window right now, and she looks rather upset.
Outside what window? All the windows are boarded up here.
I'm gonna turn on the video feed and slowly, dramatically roll down the window to reveal Sandra.
Hey,
Or Sandy.
Sandy.
Yeah, she's just leaning on the car, kind of like tapping the top of the car, just stone cold look. I get an image of what's her name from Rocky 4.
All right, look, we'll be out in a second. We can talk. This place wasn't what I expected. And then I cut the call and try and walk back out.
So, I'll roll up the window and step outside of the car. So, how do you know Brick?
She just stares at you. Get nothing from her.
It's one thing I love about her. Not a conversationalist.
She is a woman of action, not of words.
But music is the universal language. I'm going to get you to smile. That's going to happen. That no one is completely heartless.
Over your shoulders here. Sandy, you don't gotta talk to the nerd. We're here.
What? Talk nerd.
Hey Sandy, interesting place you picked out. We weren't supposed to go inside, were we?
Oh. No.
Okay.
I gave you an address. I did not give you instructions outside of that address. You should know this by now.
I mean, usually you map quest someplace you're trying to get there so you can go inside of it. I don't often get directions to places to sit outside of them, but
how often have we actually met inside?
I mean, and I start kind of looking a little nervous around the guys, thinking that they still don't really know anything, even though they probably know more than I do.
Yeah, she kind of does you like that, knowing like. So again, because you meet at a location, you wait for her, and then you guys go to another location.
That would make more sense.
Yep. Sorry, you were a little quick on the gun to get out, so I'm like, we're gonna go with this.
Laughs.
But again, given the situation, so
I'll tap the hood, get inside the back of the car, let them settle it.
Look, we can. Should we get to the other spot then?
Real quick, it is 10 o'clock, guys. You want to keep going?
Are you guys still down?
I'm gonna go for a little
mean,
longer.
yeah, I can go a lot longer. Yeah, it's only 10 o'clock here, so.
I could probably go for another hour, but then I'll call it.
Right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right. Cool. So yeah, she just said, "Follow me." So she actually was on a hover bike, very Harley Davidson kind of hover bike. So sitting behind you, hops on it, no helmet because she's a badass.
So I kind of go sit back in the car, but I got this kind of goofy dumb grin on my face.
Before we go, I'm gonna tap Bricky real quick. How important was that money to you?
I mean, it was 23 credits. It's about everything I had at the moment. Not very.
Not very.
I mean, you can just buy me a burger later.
Cool. let's go then.
Bonding over burgers. Nice.
I'll just do a quick like nod, like up nod towards the Rhino Man.
Yeah, he just kind of does a quick little that, but on his
On
horn.
his horn.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but yeah, so Sandy starts her up, and she sorts around you, and you guys head on out. So it's probably about a 15-minute drive. You get out of this kind of slummier area. You get into very, we call it middle class. You kind of so you get out of the dredges. You're more on the edge of the city where there's not as much, a lot of skyscrapers, I guess, mega buildings. You're looking more of like kind of modern day downtown, mid-sized city. It's like, I'm guessing Orlando, Milwaukee, places like that. So, and she pulls into a very suburban, kind of pre-planned neighborhood where you have like about 3 different styles of houses and they alternate, on a very specific pattern. So she pulls up in front of the duplex side by side, 2-car garage, very, middle class, duplex, 2 kids, 2 cars. One of them is a minivan, picket fence. So pulls up there. You guys, get a few eyes, but nothing horrible. You probably get like that old lady across the street who's peeking through her, her drapes, figuring out what's going on. So yeah, she pulls in the driveway. There's really not room for this vehicle in the driveway, but you can pull up in front of the house.
Okay.
I do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Step out.
Yeah, so Sandy's already heading towards the house. She's got out her key card. So she's not waiting for you guys.
I'll follow.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow too, and just kind of like glance at the house as I go by, see if I notice any other neighbors kind of eyeing us a little bit.
I mean, yeah, it's at this point it's probably late afternoon. Again, you guys are doing, we'll call it early evening, kind of doing like a midday show. So people out kind of doing yard work, taking out their dogs out for a walk. So you're getting a few looks, but nothing kind of like jaw dropping or people kind of gathering to see what the hell's going on.
I'll just follow him into the house then.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, it's a very plain, nondescript house. There's hardly any furniture. So you get the feeling it's, kind of one of those places where people hang out for like a night before they move on.
Okay.
Yeah. So Sandy's working on the. Yeah, she has doing something with a security pad on the side, and then she heads into the kitchen, kind of looking at the different areas, different parts of the room, kind of like she's scoping it out.
Is this somewhere I've seen her before? Is this like a normal location we go to, or does it seem kind of like?
That's similar to locations we've been to in the past.
Okay.
Just more sparse.
All right. So yeah, I'll kind of find her as she's inspecting the place. Sandy, thanks for this. I know it's not easy to stick your neck out like this, but thanks.
You owe me.
I do.
She winks at you.
All right. Let's not be weird. I got the guys here.
I could get very. Never mind. We'll talk about it later.
All right. Kind of walk
Okay,
away.
Cortex, we could leave. We should leave.
We need to get off world, but I want to make a phone call before we. I mean, the port's closed right now, right?
Right, and I have to make a phone call to other people who are not in this room. So, Brick, why don't you stay and catch up with Sandy, and we'll be not here.
So with that, Zip Zap and Gorilla Friend come walking in. Gorilla Friend has the like the PDA, with your bank account information on it.
Mm-hmm. Still zero?
Yep, still zero. Hands it to Cortex.
Now I don't even have those credits.
Yeah.
We're truly broke, guys.
Yeah.
Truly broke.
Yeah, so when you look at it, looks like Gorilla Friend kind of brought up a kind of tracing system. It looks like it traced back to actually an Empire um, network.
So our account got hacked by an Empire network.
Yeah, so somehow they might have intercepted the either they had hacked her phone. She was a plant. Again, for however they got the information, it probably occurred during that conversation.
Darn it.
I'm gonna whisper to Brick, hey, while we're out making a call, ask Sandy if she knows anyone that wants to buy a bunch of liquor or guns or anything, so we can actually have some money,
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
or maybe the nice hover car outside.
I'll see what I can do.
We could find something less ostentatious, probably, but still stylish.
I mean, you can't give up on style.
Definitely.
So,
With that, it seems like you did disable the tracking on it, correct?
I am running outside.
We have our best men on it.
Our best man is handling that right now. Sandy, do you know what is going on? I feel like if anyone does, you'd have the best ties to whatever is happening right now. Apparently we're broke now. Monkey Man over here says that some Empire hack happened. What's going on, Sandy? Do you know anything? You gotta know something. Come on, you gotta have something for me.
Calm your ass, jeez. So desperate. Very unlike you. You don't like desperate men, man. My little sister. No, so apparently, very bad timing on your part. She was scheduled for a raid today, and you just happened to be the headliner. I'm not sure how that happened. I don't know if you know anything about that. And she looks over at Zip Zap and Gorilla Friend. She's like, so raid. You know, with they assume that you guys were part of the whatever is occurring. I honestly don't know what they thought was occurring at that point. I think they thought it was some kind of meet. So it was a raid. You guys ran, made a phone call. I'm guessing they're trying to flush you out, and money is always a good way to do that. So I'm guessing either they hacked into or they got a hold of your account information and cleaned it out. So
none of that sounds
either
good.
So either all I know, again, based on typical tactics, they're trying to flush you out in some way, shape, or form. Whether it is to charge you or interrogate you, I have not discovered that out yet. I am working on that.
So do you know
I am
what,
looking for the tracker to disable it, by the way.
Yes. Yep. I'm getting to you.
Do you know what's happened with Shiana?
What was that?
Do you know where Shiana is? Did they get her?
Last I heard, they had not.
Huh. All right. Thanks.
Yep.
So I will basically go to him as he's still trying to strip this car for whatever tracking device he's trying to find.
Real quick, we'll go to Bowie. What were you doing, Bowie? I know you had to make a phone call. I don't know if you had changed your mind during this interaction.
No, mostly just going to keep up with how social media is going. Make sure that make sure that we do have people who are kind of providing a smoke screen for us. Last thing I need is for people to notice that, the car that we were driving was related to lady who did not pay us. Yeah. And it's like, hey, isn't that car?
No, you did enough of the selfie where you're working the vehicle. Unless somebody does a sound trace on the noise that the car makes. You never know.
Depends on how much the Empire really, really wants to get us.
Yeah, fine. But yeah, the your Twitter, whatever you want to call your Twitter feed is going pretty good.
All right, cool.
And then there's also a little bit of chatter about Shiana's sand barge actually exploding.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh.
so some people are asking, you're like, "Are you okay? Were you there for that? I knew you guys were performing there today." And then so there's some chatter about you guys got away fine. There's a little bit of with some conspiracy theory that you guys were involved in the ship exploding.
is there any
some of the
evidence of
trolls?
Ted?
Was that?
What about Ted though?
Oh, Ted.
Ted.
Depends how deep you want to get. That's just kind of some surface stuff. So I don't know if you want to dig into it deeper.
Darn it. No, I want to help, but this is so far beyond what I normally do.
For one thing, I just want to say I'm not there, but I'm proud he remembers the name Ted.
I was actually going to say the
Right.
same thing. That's the longest he's held one of the drummer's names in his mind.
Yeah.
Instead of 24,
Yeah.
just numbers them.
It was this show because the crowd remembered, and because they chanted, they helped me remember.
Just the magic of the music.
Yes.
Oh,
But yeah.
damn it! I keep knocking my headphone out.
I'm not sure what else I can do to help because it seems like they're. I guess just see if there's any notice about maybe when the starport is coming off lockdown. They can't keep it shut down for long, especially if it's the main port of the city.
Yeah. No, there's just nothing specific, but they say it's temporary, short term. They're thinking in the next few hours.
Yeah, I want to see if maybe I could start like riling people up, just saying that look what the Empire is doing, shutting down the starport and causing the everyday person to not be able to come in and out as they please.
Are you sitting down the foundation for your next album?
Yes, I am.
Nah, all right.
All right, these are all songs that are going to be in the next one, all singles.
Yes.
No, and how hard are you trying right now?
Decently, because if we can get enough public unrest, then that means they have to release the lockdown on the starport.
Let's do moderate risk on that one.
All right, I'm gonna risk my all-in-one microphone again.
All right, yeah.
Man, when that
And
goes,
that's-
it's going to be bad for us.
It's a 1, which means
What is with you and the odds tonight? Holy, have
Yeah.
you rolled a single even?
No, I have not. So
I'm sorry I'm taking all of them from you.
I know, Tony, you haven't rolled a single. I have
Okay.
you.
So
Nope.
that is okay. So it's match and it's odd. So I fail it and I lose my microphone. I guess runs out of juice.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to charge it.
Darn it. So what? So if I fail, what changes in that case? Do people just wonder if I'm trying to stir up interest for my new album and I'm
No.
taking advantage of the
No,
situation?
in that situation, you just weren't able to kind of stir up that, kind of,
Fervor.
that little bit of fervor to try to force the,
You were
The
about
portal
to
thing?
send that tweet, and then the phone died.
yeah, pretty much. You're kind of working into it, and then it just dies. You're like, son of a bitch.
Darn it! I guess I'm good. Like, find a wall outlet and start trying to charge my phone.
Yeah.
Microphone,
Microphone.
microphone, hacker,
Camera.
device, camera. Darn, I love this thing.
Yeah, the Swiss Army knife of microphones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You just got to find one of those wall adapter outlets that actually works on this planet, because they're all different on all planets.
Uh,
Make sure you have the right
Oh.
converter.
A universal adapter. That's why I haven't charged it in forever. Ah.
You should have picked one up.
Darn it.
All right, Cortex.
I am doing whatever knowledge I have of vehicles and tracking systems to try and find and disable this thing.
You're pretty much just standing next to the car with your hands on your head. You know, just kind of in that universal kind of like,
I don't know.
Just looking underneath the hood, confused.
Looking under the hood, going around, looking back at the dashboard.
so as you're doing that, Zip Zap actually comes waddling out. He's actually walking. So
Oh,
Not yeah, nice and slow,
It's adorable.
painfully slow.
Zip Zap, just tell me where to look.
It's underneath.
I start walking wherever he's starting to point.
He's just kind of like slowly like bring it across the vehicle. Beneath passenger dash.
Okay, I'm looking under there.
You look for. We'll continue on. He basically tells you in like about a 5-minute period that you need to look for a little handhold.
Okay.
You gotta pull back. You gotta look for the green fuse that says 1.395.
I do all that.
Yep. You find it in less time than it takes him to tell you.
Cool.
So that is
Then
it.
what? They just pull it and
just,
done.
Yep, just take the fuse out and you're
Done.
done.
Cool.
Yep. Nothing fancy.
Also catch
Alright.
him up on the speed of what I learned from Sandy, that we're basically trying to be flushed out, and that they haven't heard about what happened to Shiana, so she
Okay,
seems in the
They
wind
still might be. They still might be onto us, or Shiana might be trying to find us if she knows about her tracker in this thing. So this place might not be safe anymore.
I mean, either
Guys.
way, if they can't find Shiana and they do find us, they're probably gonna just drop it all on us.
I'm gonna step out. Guys, that's not even the worst news. My cell phone died.
So, like I was saying, people are.
or something. All right, so Bricky.
So either we gotta find Shiana or we gotta find a way off this planet.
Any preference on that?
I vote get off the planet.
I'm gonna second that. I don't even know where to start looking for her.
Okay.
Gorilla Man is like, his chest is like,
All right.
He agrees with us too, I think.
Cool.
I think let's think that's an agreement.
So I have my one resource that is a favor from the guy we did a show to before. I'm gonna give him a call.
all right. So this is to get to the port, to
This
get off
is
planet, or just to straight up get off the planet?
this is to allow us to get off planet. I want him to
Right.
help us discreetly get to our ship and get off
Okay.
planet.
Okay, discreetly.
Discreetly.
Right. Yeah, this is gonna be a high risk.
Can I'd be rolling under if I'm just using him as a resource.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Again, think creatively.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like this system, because again, it really forces you to think creatively.
Okay. Okay. I want to try and use my reputation, but I'm trying to think of how to use that.
What's your
I'm
reputation again?
It's I do everything with style. Look, okay. Listen. You used us before. You know what we're like. If you ever need, a distraction again, you know us. You know we draw attention to us. You know how I play. You know Bowie and Bricky and all of us. We need some help. I'm just saying, we can provide future distractions for you.
Go through your Is trying to use your resource, or are you trying to use your style?
Well, my resource is a low risk or
Yeah,
low priority. I'm
low
trying to
priority.
use reputation, but if that's not going to cut it, then that's fine.
Well, I'm trying to help you think.
Of how to use it.
Yeah, how
I
to
have
use
another
that.
option, but I'm like, I don't want to use it.
Well, not present it again. This is kind of part of working through kind of the system here. we can choose.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of how to make that. I have an idea going in my head, but let's hear your third option that you don't like.
All right, you know my specially modified guitar.
Oh.
We need to get off world. I mean, it's a nice guitar.
All right, here's my thought.
Okay.
So you have the, you do everything with style.
Yep.
So you never really said, and we haven't determined, which again is one of the nice things because you can retcon on this.
Okay.
So depending on what you come up with for kind of who this is that owes you the favor, you could kind of present it as in you will make this escape, or not really escape, but you can turn this into one of the best kind of performances that he's ever seen.
Okay, I like that. Well, I mean, we do have a speaker system on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
You get us to the ship quietly and discreetly, give us enough time that we can start to get off world. We'll make a lot of noise for you. I mean, a show like you've never seen before.
There you go.
You
Give
could
it a
call
whirl.
it a farewell tour. Oh wait, that doesn't sound very good.
No, not a
Maybe
six.
not that.
That's an
Maybe
even.
not that.
What was that, Tony?
That's a 6. That's an even.
Oh my lord! You're just killing it tonight.
Would have been mine.
I like that you're just succeeding after succeeding as the rest of us are just eroding away slowly.
Sorry.
You're gonna come out on
I've
top
taken
of
all
this.
of the luck here.
So were you talking or messaging?
I would probably be messaging.
All right, so I figured. It's like send me coordinates and we'll be there in 15.
I'll send them where we're
Right.
parked.
What do you guys? I'm guessing you're communicating this to the other guys.
Yeah, I'll let all the rest of you guys. All right, so I have a way for us to get off world. Bowie, you want one last big show before we go?
Yes.
All right. You know the sound system we have on board? We just need to make sure that it's blaring outside the ship.
Oh, done and done. Just well, I need to get on the ship to charge my phone.
That's fine. We have a little bit of time, so you can. Oh, you can't charge it here, can you? You don't have the right plugs.
No, I have a backup on the ship.
All right. We'll do that then.
Yeah, look at this thing. They got like 16 prongs in the one outlet. I don't even understand this thing. Looks like an old DVI port or something.
What the heck is a DVI?
This is taking me back to my Best Buy days. Selling all that crap, getting people coming in that have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, that would be me. I'll admit. I'm not.
No, it's fine, but it's worse when they came in thinking they know what they're talking about
Oh.
and not using the correct words whatsoever, and then trying to convince them that no,
No, they're right. They're right. You're wrong. It's okay. No.
you are right, but let's talk about this. That is more right. Yeah. Anyway. Anything else you guys would like to do in the meantime?
I was outside for a while, so Bricky, if you wanted to talk with Sandy at all.
That was what were my thoughts.
Yeah, I've gone back into the house to talk to Sandy more and see if I can actually just kind of get more information. Because you said we're going to be basically being picked up from here and brought to the port, correct? To try and get to our ship?
Yeah, that was the impression I got, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Going to be there in 15. Really didn't
So-
get much more specific than that, but you're just kind of like, that's all he said. Be there in 15.
So,
I'm also actually going to get as much liquor and weapons as I can stow in a bag. We need stuff to sell.
so I'm going to grab one of the bottles of liquor before you shove all of them in there and bring it inside.
Yes, there you go. Enjoy.
And see if I can actually request a strong enough favor of Sandy that she will help maybe lax some of the guard at the port for us. See if I can, how big of a favor I can call in with this. So yeah, I basically walk in. Sandy, I can't.
Hey, Sandy.
I can't thank you
How
enough for
are
everything
you
you've done.
doing?
It means a lot that you've gone through all this. I know we haven't known each other for super long, but it means a lot. But I hate to do this of you. To ask one more thing. I know already on a bit of thin ice as it is,
You're lucky I like you.
but
For now.
we really need to get off worlds, and
Yeah,
I
you
think we
do.
worked out a ride to get us to the port. Unfortunately, I know that's also a place crawling with some of the authorities. Is there anything you could do to help us out for old time's sake?
So you call me, then you hang up on me,
As she's saying this,
and
I'm
then you
I'm
call
unscrewing the cap
me,
to the bottle and pouring it in 2 glasses.
and then you go to the meeting place, not following the usual protocol,
I
almost
slowly
getting a
slide the
fight
glass
with.
across the table.
She grabs it and just like starts like she just chugs it and just hits it down without missing a beat.
I'm already starting to
And
fill it a
then,
second
and
time.
then I bring you here, and then not even 15 minutes of being here, you tell me that you're gonna leave within the next 15 minutes. And when you came here, you haven't even taken out the tracking device off the vehicle. So you want me to put myself at even more risk? She grabs it and slams it.
I'm slowly reaching around, filling one more.
You're
And
like,
I
you're not
take a
even done
couple
yet.
of sips.
Yeah, she's not even done yet, and she just grabs it and just downs it.
Look, I know it's a lot. And after this, once it dies down a little bit, maybe we can hop to the next star system. I hear they got some pretty good cruise liners. Maybe we could go. Get away for a little bit. Just you and me.
You remember that slow number from Intravenous Demilo?
Already playing it.
just all of a sudden you hear music from outside, just faintly enough that it's.
If you happen to look outside, it just looks like I'm practicing.
And I may have hooked up your guitar to the car speakers, so we're good on that.
And I'm guessing you were using your relationship.
Yeah, I'm gonna strain the relationship to see if I can do it.
All right. Well, they just knocked down the difficulty or knocked down the risk with their playing. So
What about all the alcohol? Does that help?
and the alcohol. So between the alcohol,
The alcohol is why this conversation is happening.
it has gone from high risk to low risk due to the combination of alcohol and the music.
All right.
Can
so
you
it's a
do it?
medium for me. That's a 6. It's an even.
I would say,
Yeah.
woo!
Nice.
Yeah. I'm saying because you can still fail on that one.
Really, really lucked out too because that was her favorite song too.
Telling you, Intravenous Demilo, 2175, one of our better albums. Listen,
The
the sun
stuff
never
you pull out,
sweats.
Mike, is just incredible. Uh, you have made this day unbelievable for me. I'm in love with you, Mike. So yeah, she just kind of. I'm completely off track now. Jesus. I just keep thinking of the song. I'm trying to think of the lyrics for Intravenous Demilo.
Ricky didn't swoon her; he swooned you.
Well, it's sort of like this really touching love ballad about romance in a binary sunset, but it's French because Demilo, so it goes straight to the heart, like an IV of solid romance.
So Brick, she reaches her hand out and touches yours, and she gives you this knowing look. I'll see what I can do. It won't take me long. Like slowly, slides her hand off your hand, kind of hinting that she wants, she'll be short, and you'll probably still have about 10 minutes before your ride is here.
Oh, I catch the drifts.
All right.
I say, oh, I can be quick, which is not not in any way romantic or good, but
I don't imagine this being a really romantic kind of relationship
No.
to begin with.
no, not
Still
really.
playing.
I really wish you'd give us a signal that it worked or not.
I'm just gonna keep playing, and
And for a
We'll
while,
see.
you're mostly you're masking sounds that you don't want to hear, with you're
Yep,
playing more than yours.
I understand that. Yes.
Cortex, can I use your phone to get on Twitter?
Ask Zip Zap.
Zipzap, can I have your phone?
Zip-Zap is heading towards the door.
Zip Zap, hold on.
What's going on?
Wait.
Don't worry,
Nope.
we'll be done by the time he gets to the door.
Sounds quite interesting.
Zip Zap, phone.
Need your phone. Phone, please.
Just kind of. All right. This is like gorilla friend, and he keeps on slowly walking towards the door, or whatever sloths do.
Zip Zap, I think I turned off the PDA thing. Can you show me again, real quick? Just over here.
Gorilla friend.
Gorilla Friend has the phone. Can you show me this?
He just kind of does like the droopy shoulders. Like,
I'm still trying to play while like waving him over.
Better
oh,
when you show a Zipzap.
I suppose.
Thank you, Zip Zap.
Yeah, slowly turns around.
By the
Alright.
time he gets to us, I'm sure they'll be done.
Yeah, probably.
So I guess I get the phone from Gorilla Friend.
Yeah, yep.
Is there a way that I can kind of help with the with what he's trying to do in lightning security by having sort of a flash mob show up?
Yeah, yep, most definitely.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
Just
because
this-
they're gonna
This is
the
our
same
idea
thing,
of
just
laying
using
low.
the social media
Yep,
and groupie connections.
yep.
All right. Well, if you're doing a mob flash or flash mob, whatever the hell they're called, do they
Yeah.
even do that anymore?
I-
Is that still a thing?
It's 2193. Why not?
Yeah,
It's
it's 2193.
It came, it came back. You know how
Yeah.
it always just
So
it takes
retro.
time.
Oh yeah,
It's all cyclical.
Flash mob
yeah.
is so kitschy at this point. It's perfect.
It's so
It's
kitschy, it's ironic, and
Yeah.
people love it.
It's gonna be low risk.
All right, low risk, low resources. I just got a single even. Come on. That is a 4. All right.
Yay! Everybody has had an even tonight.
Is that your first even so far?
Yes, it is.
Oh
I
man.
am bruised. I am bloodied. People are starting to suspect that I'm auto-tuned,
And you don't have a phone connection anymore.
and I don't have my phone. But it's okay because I convinced a bunch of rabid groupies to have a flash mob outside of an airport.
and you did convince them to body. What's head?
Oh
Right,
yeah,
Ted?
no, yeah. I
That
convinced them,
that don't require a roll though. That was
No.
that was just cinematic.
but oh boy, I would like you to know that this front man has done nothing but hang out on his phone this entire time.
You've
How
been
very
hyping us
front
up.
man.
Yeah, you've been hyping us up
Yeah.
for the next album coming out.
You do what front men do. You are playing the part.
Wait, you've been writing some of these songs already, right?
Oh yeah, no, I have. Like,
I know what we're playing as we're leaving. Cool.
Yes, from our new album, We Shot First. I Shot the Empire. There we go.
I want to hear these songs.
So
I
do
would
I.
love for somebody to make these into songs.
I want a tour
So-
poster. I want someone to draw up just.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
All right, someone bring this up.
Well, you
to
know
David.
what?
He needs to add some
I
new
would say-
stretch goals.
Yes. I'm sure David can hook up like a tour poster for this. I'm sure we can find some musician out there that would love to kind of do vacuum metal or whatever it would be.
Vacuum metal.
It's just violence because it's played in a vacuum.
It's never good. It's just we don't take opinions on it.
Listen, we don't have the reputation as the loudest band in the system for nothing.
I mean,
Yeah,
seriously.
you were the Motorhead of 2193. All right. So, anything else before your ride shows up?
I'm playing until Bricky comes out of the house. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, how
I come into the house about 10.5 minutes later, and Sandy and I both come out, and
No,
she
Sandy doesn't come out.
punches me in the shoulder. I punch her back just as hard,
Okay.
and then I walk back over to you guys and say, "Oh, sorry for the public display of affection like that. I normally don't do that kind of thing, but
I play one last low note as he comes out. Just ring. Okay.
we had
the closing
some
of like every rose has a thorn.
we had some business to discuss and checks balancing and what you guys doing out here?
Well,
I was practicing.
and
good,
I've been
good.
working on our next album.
Oh yeah, it's what we got lined up for those songs.
Well, we open up with "I Shot the Empire," followed by "Rebels on the Run."
Okay.
And then after that, we have "The Sun Never Sweats."
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Still
and
not
that's
sure
all
on the
we got.
name. Still not sure on the name of that one, but keep working
We'll
on
workshop
it. Get
it.
there.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're still working on it. That one came to me while I was doing a selfie on top of a fast-moving skimmer in the middle of the desert. Still working on the rest of it.
All right, we'll definitely start with "I Shot the Empire." Yeah, that one's a good one to.
Just imagine the VH1 special for this album.
Where are they now?
But it's actually VH 2077. It's no longer VH1.
I love the 2190s. Great.
Right, the pop-up video with the random facts. All right, so this is getting ridiculous in a way I wasn't expecting. I love it.
As it should.
Yes. All right, so you guys are just hanging outside, kind of waiting for the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you hear in the distance kind of this rumbling, almost like it's a gang, like a motorcycle gang.
Oh.
Okay.
Which I'm sure you've all experienced. So that loud noise, the ground kind of starts to shake, and then as you look in the direction, just coming over the tops of the houses, it's pretty much just a barge. So just
What?
It's a river. It's a hovering river barge, pretty much. It's full of trash, and it's rusted as hell. And it comes right over the top of you, and then like an elevator platform comes down, and you see a. Let's see. I'm just pulling this out of my ass right now. So.
Like most DMing. All right.
Yes, exactly. So it gave me pause for a minute. So on the platform, I'm just trying to think of something I haven't used yet.
There's a Jawa.
Really?
Okay.
He started it.
Yeah.
What is on the platform?
It's an Ewok.
All right. Just as good.
No, it's basically it's a snail-looking creature.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep. So and it's using one of its eyeball antennas to this lever on the side for up and down, obviously, and uses his other antenna and just kind of like waves you guys towards it.
All right.
Is
Go, guys.
this your friend?
It is not your friend. Because
Wait.
you obviously
Wait.
no, it's it's your friend's barge, but this creature
Yes.
is not your friend or your contact.
No,
or whoever.
he's not, but this is his thing. Let's go.
We go.
I'm- I make sure to grab whatever I can carry from the hover car and just
Yeah.
leave it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Gorilla friend, grabs as much as he can as well. He shoves a whole bunch of stuff in his fanny pack of holding.
I look at a couple of the bottles really quick and go, half to sell, half for us. Cool, let's go.
I'm gonna take
Yeah.
one of the cheaper, expensive alcohols and give it to Snail Friend.
Yeah, so grabs with this antenna and kind of waves it, like puts it at its face.
Listen,
Kinda does this weird kind of like head bob. You're
There's
guessing
only-
it might be a thank you. You're not quite sure.
As we go up the platform, I only have one question for you, my shelled friend. Does this thing have external speakers?
No. We get to the ship discreetly. We leave with noise.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
All right.
I pat Bowie real quick on the shoulder.
Yeah, so you guys get on, and it's inside of what do you call those crawlers that the Jawas are in?
Sand crawlers?
Yeah, sand crawler. So it's pretty much like the inside of a sand crawler. It's just robots and a bunch of junk.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect
So-
cover.
Yep. So you can't see outside. You're not sure exactly where you're headed, but you're on there for about half an hour. Don't know if you anything you want to do in the meantime. Not
Can I
sure.
find an adapter for my microphone?
No, you cannot.
Darn it.
Not through
I
the
am
junk.
looking at my shiny new, very stylish sniper rifle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you do notice that that rebellion sign is also on the butt of this weapon.
We can replace it with our band logo later.
I'm just gonna keep polishing off that bottle of booze I had inside earlier, with a goofy dumb grin on my face the whole time.
Yeah,
I
you're
guess we
feeling-
could start working through the set for our
There you go.
Farewell Planet concert.
I'm gonna start looking over what you wrote, Bowie.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
say that I would help out, but then I hold up just the neck to my bass guitar that I smashed earlier. I'd
right.
love to join in the jam session, but
You know we have backup. I mean, you break those all the time. You know we have a backup bass on the ship, right?
yeah. Zip
We are
Zap, did
also-
you order more?
So that just pulls out like a little staple-looking button. You know, but instead of staples, it said Zamcom. Like slaps it.
Thanks, Zips.
And I think I still have that drum loop on my microphone, so we'll replace Ted.
I mean, we usually do.
I mean, maybe we'll get lucky and Ted will know exactly where we're going and we'll meet us at the ship.
Let Bethany know that Ted's fate is still unknown.
I will make sure she is informed.
Yes, she seemed really concerned earlier.
I think she
I'm-
was Ted's biggest fan at this point.
Probably, because I think she knew deep down there was no chance Ted was making it. Zip Zap, she had hopes for, but Ted, not a chance.
He was the expendable one to prove that there was real danger in the game.
And we decided to speed that process along.
Is the threat real? If we lose Ted, then we know. Ted's expendable.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you guys do your set. Or you kind of prep for your set.
Mhm.
Half hour later, you feel the kind of roar ebb a little bit, and the slug friend cops on over, does like one of his waves with his antenna. Go back to that same elevator,
Okay.
and you drop down, and you're on just the outside of the spaceport area.
Okay.
This looks to be kind of a staging area or refinery area for outgoing trash to the spaceport.
Okay.
So with that, how are you setting up or staging your flash mob?
We have external speakers, don't we?
Well, yeah, you still have to get into the spaceport. You're not quite in the spaceport where your ship is.
I set a time delay with some of our older music on an MP3 player.
Okay.
Hook it up to the external speakers, and then just tell Snail Friend to play it maybe 10 minutes after we're off the ship.
All right.
And then my followers on Twitter will know what to do.
Phenomenal.
A statement I never thought I would have to say in any game of Star Wars.
Well, you go with what you know.
Yeah. All right. So should we get close before this flash mob distracts? I suppose.
Definitely.
So in the spaceport setting, so there's a ground route in, which is there's like three police vehicles in front of it, and you got like what looks like to be 5 or 6. You really can't get close enough. You're guessing about 5 or 6 police officers, again in kind of the rat gear type outfits.
Mhm.
So they have the entryway partitioned off, and kind of a quick glance, you see about 2 or 3 police vehicles hovering overhead, kind of going up and down the kind of spaceport thoroughfare.
How does
10 minutes, huh?
10 minutes to sneak past the sneaky sneak?
Well, I thought the point was for them to cause the distraction so we can get in the rest of the way.
Well, yeah.
Yep,
but
that was.
Well, yeah. I guess we can
Okay.
see how effective it is first.
Yeah, let's see if any of the guards start to turn their attention to the mob.
So I
Right.
guess we'll wait.
We're just gonna wait 10 minutes.
Yeah. So
Right, fast forward.
did me talking to Sandy also help us reduce any security
That's
around
right.
here?
Totally forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. So, yeah, about 5 minutes later, you hear some kind of. Well, how close are you guys gonna get? Kind of, because there's a bit of foot traffic through here. It's at this point you're hitting into a little bit later evening, so it's starting to get dark out. I want to say it's kind of a place that people go to hang out, but there is some activity with people trying to get to the various locations they're trying to get to. There's even vehicles and people showing up at the spaceport, kind of like, really? Still? Come on, guys.
Okay.
We should probably get closer, but like try and keep to the crowd, stay a bit out of sight of the guards mostly.
Yeah.
Hide behind the irate travelers who really
Yeah.
want to use the spaceport.
Yeah, we're just more irate travelers that really want to use the spaceport.
Exactly.
It's not wrong.
We're still getting charged for parking, for goodness sake. This is ridiculous.
Well, we have no money left to charge, but yes, you're right.
No, listen, fellow traveler who I have never met before. This is just absolutely absurd.
Excuse me. So yeah, probably for about 5 minutes, you hear some radio chatter, and see 2 of the cars and 3 of the 5 police officers. They kind of panic. They're like, there's some kind of emergency. They call it like there's a 504 over on the 607. So they hop in their vehicles and they take off. So that leaves 2 officers in one vehicle to kind of reposition themselves in the middle, and they pull out some of the kind of like the sawhorse, the painted sawhorses to kind of block off the traffic from coming in. Then you see 2 of the 3, or the 2 of the 3 of the hovering vehicles that you saw. 2 of them disappear as well.
All right.
I
Thank
think
you, Sandy.
I think Sandy got us that favor we needed.
Perfect.
Nice.
So we gonna start sneaking past once this goes off? What time we
There's
got?
that.
How much longer?
According to
5
the
minutes?
timer that Bowie has, you got about 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
All right. So the plan is go inside, get on the ship, and then
Start to take off as soon as we're just above the spaceport. We
Yeah.
play. That was the deal.
Right,
One
do it.
question though, how am I
Yep.
gonna play without a guitar?
We have plenty on the ship.
Man, I
You
don't
play
have the
once
good
you get to the
ones.
ship. Oh, gotcha. You're mad because it doesn't have the stick inside it.
It's not mine.
Not yours. You haven't made it yours yet.
It'll do. All right.
At least for now.
All right,
Don't
so
worry,
yeah,
we'll
I'm just gonna
mod it so it works.
try to do my best not to stand out.
Same thing here.
Yep,
Keep
same thing here.
it quiet.
So you wait. What is the flash mob dancing to?
they are dancing to our 2168 classic song, Binary Sunset Pescata.
Are you just naming off lines?
Maybe. Listen, there was a phase. Listen, there was a blood phase where everything was like, very, very dark and grungy, and then we shifted over to romance, and then
This
after
is
that
why
we
we
shifted
don't-
over to like this
This is why we
Tatooine.
don't really let him name songs alone anymore.
No. This is why we switched to actually like debating on a name before.
Yeah,
Listen.
we just gave him free reign for our first couple albums, and it was Sunset was in about every one of them. There were so many sunsets, and
Listen, Bloodhammer Sunset was one of our stronger heavy metal albums. All right?
That was very cutting edge.
Yeah.
It was. As it turns out, that if you have anything blood related, it just brings in the death metal crowd. I mean, the only reason that Intravenous was so popular was because it was vaguely blood related, and that was just a bunch of romantic power ballads.
I do think Bloodbag Sunset was a little too much, though. I think you kind of hit your peak with that one.
I did. And so we kind of shifted. So then it went on to rock and roll creation, and then samba swing, and then tap dancing. Just like flat tap dancing was the name of the album.
That was a weird time for us. Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people were sad it didn't actually have tap dancing in it.
No, but we did have that one track that was nothing but Morse code that all the like moral guardians were convinced were just us sending messages to support the Sith. It was just an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, they tried playing it backwards, forwards. They were looking for codes all in between.
Yeah, it turned out it was just an error log that had actually gotten submitted to our producer. And they ran with it.
And then you had, a few that were trying to play it as a soundtrack to, some classic, movie called the Zoo of, I don't know. I'm not witty enough to come up with it, but you get where I'm going.
Yep.
We are the zoo people. There you go.
We are the Zoo people.
Yeah, it was a jungle remix album. But okay, so
I feel like 90% of this game is just us listing our discography, and I'm okay with that.
I want an outtake of this where that's all it is just discussions of the band members of the various life of the band in their various stages.
Every song and band mentioned.
Yep. We want a Solar Flare mockumentary called "This Is Solar Flare." Got it.
So many. All these ideas going through my head right now.
So the Flash Mob is dancing to our hit single, "Rock and Roll Creation."
Right. Look. So yeah, it starts. You hear the barge kind of start to come back in, and it hovers right over the thoroughfare, pretty much right above the police officer, and you see the lone officer that's hovering above kind of come in, and he starts shouting about to the barge that he's not in authorized airspace, et cetera, et cetera. Then all of a sudden people just start throwing off their nightly garb, and they're wearing, I don't know, what would your fans be wearing for this song?
They would be wearing priest frocks. You see, the other title for Rock and Roll Creation was "The Gospel According to Solar Flare." It was a neo vacuum rock gospel album.
But they're priest frocks, but they have to be worn with sparkly purple leggings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they're kind of cutaway priest frocks. It's a whole thing.
It was our aesthetic for a while.
Sequins everywhere, on the guitars too.
I want to make this as a Halloween outfit.
We went a little weird with the glam metal direction for a little while.
Do you remember where my hair was like 3 feet tall?
Oh my gosh.
I want to cosplay this when I go to Gen Con next year.
I like to think that there's also, like, if you look at the pictures of the band over decades, like, the other two look completely different every time we switch, and Brick just looks like Brick every time.
It's the exact same face, the exact same pose, the exact same outfit every time.
I just never jumped on board with any of the fads.
You just reuse the same picture. We used to take a picture since the first album. Like, no, I'm good.
And my face is the exact same no matter what makeup and costume I'm in. Because I'm an android.
Yep.
And Cordex just looks like a sloppy mess every time. Like he just got out of bed.
But they're different types of sloppy messes. It's like one covered in sequin and one with really long hair.
One with like a feather boa and nothing else.
Whoa. Nice.
I mean, we had some calendars we had to move, so you know.
Do you remember that one that was just a shot of Cortex in a pool with the feather boa protecting all the sensitive bits?
Yeah, that was December in our calendar, and 7 other months in the calendar as well.
We got a
didn't
lot
have
of
a lot of
mileage. We got a lot of mileage out of that shot.
You can do a lot with Instagram filters.
Okay, so
It's
before
how
we
we're getting
go-
tired.
Yeah.
Because this last like
Oh.
20 minutes has been about 5 minutes of actually playing. All right. Anyway, so yes, it works.
it works.
So,
We
As soon
see
as they're
fast
distracted,
forward.
let's go.
They're
Yeah, we
distracted. You guys run. You get to your ship, and on your way, you realize that all the ships are lock docked, which basically means they have a security clamp on the ships.
Oh come
Zip zap.
on!
I'm gonna step in here and use my like a brick physique to try and manually break this lock.
There you go.
It's high for me, so what kind of a challenge
Yeah.
is this?
It's gonna be because it's gonna be high.
I had a feeling. That's a 7. That's an odd.
Ah! What were you using?
My like a brick physique, and that was
Yeah.
my second fail on it. So
We're gonna like.
Oh no.
I totally wrenched my shoulder, and am now basically a
Ow.
useless giant lump of
like,
person.
"Son,
No,
that's
you
my
are.
strumming arm.
All right, hold on. Is there like a mechanic or some maintenance tech that's around that would
Yep.
probably? All right.
That's you guys.
Mm, all right, I'm gonna look for the one that seems the most likely to be a fan of ours. Are there any of them that have like obvious solar flare stickers or perhaps a tattoo telling?
Yeah, you
I'm
actually,
just-
you
I'm
actually
just
see a
asking.
maintenance robot that has a stencil of your was it the forgot the album you just mentioned.
Which one?
It
We've
was
named
the,
like
the
5 of
year.
them.
No, I know it was the year one, where it's just like 21. Was it 2168?
2168, Moonheart Piscata, Sunset.
Yes, I think it was something like that.
There you
But
go.
anyway, he has the album cover kind of stenciled in on his arm.
I would like to start chatting up the bot and say we would super appreciate if you would take this off so that we could get in the air and have an impromptu concert, and we'll even bring him along.
I'm not gonna make you roll for that. It's like you would take me
Live
with
fan
you.
concert.
I would be honored.
Of course.
Let's
Hello,
do
new
this.
Ted.
How are you on the drums? It's a very simple job. You just need to keep time. You're a robot. You can do it.
I've been programmed to keep time.
Perfect. Guys, I found our new number 25.
You don't even know what happened to Ted yet. Ted could still be around. Oh
Well,
wait,
yeah, but he's number 24.
yeah.
What's the name of number 25 now? It doesn't matter. Relationship on low risk is 25.
There's actually his name is actually 25.
Excellent.
Wow. Must be fate.
We might actually keep this one.
Yep. So yeah, he just goes up to it, pulls out this, turns his arm. It's pretty much almost like a transformer. Turns his arm into like a big giant pneumatic wrench, and just screws it right off without a problem. And
Yes.
yes. What kind of ship you guys want this to be?
My first instinct was to say Millennium Falcon, but
How ostentatious are we? Is it going to be that shiny ship that they use in episode 1? The like royal cruiser that is like,
oh, but it's not going to be all like
The impossibly chromed cruiser.
Are you sure?
no. We have to have more flash on it. You know that.
Okay.
Like at
fine.
least some racing stripes down the side
No,
or
no,
something.
no, no.
It's-
Across the mirrored surface, there's like this electronic flame that writhes around it.
Also
We're turning that
embedded
on before leaving.
gems across it.
It should change depending on how the light hits it. It reacts to different, space dust that's out there.
The color changes based on how fast we're going because of the friction and the heat. Perfect.
There you go.
I love it.
So yeah, you hop on,
Excellent.
and Zip Zap is actually the pilot of your ship.
I figured.
So how long does it take us to actually get off the craft?
Just wait. You guys are gonna go get ready, right?
Yeah, we have to get ready too.
All right. So you guys go get ready. Zip Zap goes into the pilot's seat.
Gorilla
I
friend,
think-
if you can speed him up.
They just stop. I have this.
Oh no! Don't worry.
So-
Give me time to charge my phone.
You guys strap in. You guys ready? You guys ready?
All of our instruments are plugged in.
Yeah, they. Someone want to plug this one in? Is these chords? Which chord? Which chord do I use?
Give me the chord.
I'm gonna help get 25 set up on the drum set.
Yeah, he's just sitting there, just waiting. So,
And,
right.
And,
you
Mhm.
I
No,
look back to him. I say, let's do this one for Ted.
for Ted.
you hear Zip Zap go, Ted. All of a sudden, just like lightning quick, he just like hits a bunch of different buttons. He pulls back on the lever, and you guys, the ship, he knows how to freaking drive.
Nice.
Yeah.
2 things he can do quickly.
Yep.
He can pull out
So-
guns, not put them away, and he can drive a ship very fast.
Yeah. This
Guns
ship,
and ships. All right.
But only
This-
draw the guns. I gotta point this out. Only draw the
Yep.
guns, not put them away.
yep.
The most important part.
He's
True.
the fastest draw. Never said anything about anything else. So, right, yeah. So he zips around, does his fancy move, where he's kind of like just, it was almost like drifting with like a rally car. He's kind of like doing a
Yes.
drifting motion, kind of around the spaceport, as you guys are just blasting your music, and he's like slowly kind of just drifting and slowly elevating, and then he kind of does a few different kind of like reverses it, gets down close in front of the flash mob. Kind of does a few quick actions to keep that lone police vehicle away.
Nice.
Yeah. So are you guys like inside, or like are you guys like on the outside of the ship, like using like magnetic boots or something?
We I was gonna say we leave the hangar open and we play from in there.
Yeah, or that.
I mean, how metal do you guys want to go? Do you want to go on the outside of the ship?
I was gonna say, better yet, I think we could project ourselves onto the outside of the ship. Like
Oh, because it's a
large-
mirrored surface.
like large
Yes.
size on the outside.
I feel like we would have decked our ship out with this.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I can see that.
To hollow project ourselves.
Dude, that's so good.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
that
you-
adds the fire streak around us too.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure you probably have, like different vent ports too. This is based on heat, so we can release different vent ports to have
Yes.
different refractions and different colors go out. It's all it's all connected to some sound system where it times everything correctly.
The other
it's
great
like a
part
crazy ass
is-
light show.
The other great part is it's a jamming technique as well. Sounds people from noticing and locking onto us as well.
The
Yes,
sound is
there
just
you go.
too much for their scanners.
Our
The power of rock just
Powerful.
destroys their missiles.
Yes.
The power of music, Bowie.
Yes.
In this
Oh,
moment, he is complete.
You guys here ever watch Star Trek? Oh gosh, the 3rd movie that came out with
No.
Chris Pine,
Yes. Yeah.
where they use sound to destroy all of the, the satellites.
Oh yeah, I only saw it once. I saw it in the theater.
I just remember that scene because of how ridiculous it was. I'm picturing that now, by the way.
So
Oh, yeah.
do we use the power of rock to blow out all of the engines of the police cruisers trying to keep us from leaving orbit?
No, you just kind of scramble their propulsion systems and their the radio frequencies. So
More
Yeah, they
realistic,
could've-
just as effective.
yep. Yeah.
would
So they
say
kind of
that-
like jerk and kind of don't operate correctly, and you
I'd say
see
I'll
it kind
happily
of
take that.
yep.
Yep.
You
That's
start
all-
to see it as you guys are kind of like spinning, kind of doing your performance. You start to see police cruisers coming in from the distance, and they kind of, as they get closer, you kind of start to see kind of their motion go from smooth to kind of hit that sound barrier wall. You just kind of start scrambling them.
So
I
so
play
why,
harder when I see that.
Yep.
that's why we keep firing off fireworks, as they're actually flares.
Then you start getting some just people's vehicles start, coming up and kind of surrounding you. Your fans, pulling out their hover vehicles. So you also have this impromptu kind of just wall of fans in their vehicles. Some of them are getting out on top of them and just throwing their hands up in the air.
Shooting off blasters set to stun.
Exactly. Some people are falling off because they get stunned. But they got parachutes on.
Okay, good. We need all the fans we can get. We need more money.
Yeah, we have protocols in place for having these laser wars on vehicles. Our fans know.
Yep.
After the first 3 albums, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as the you got the wall of people, and you kind of start to see the collective police force kind of coming up behind them, and Zip Zap's like, I think it's time we should go.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go on a high note.
I play a high note.
Exactly.
And then we just start jamming out to I Shot the Empire. Heck yeah.
There you go.
And then we all look at Zip Zap and say, "Oh, Zip Zap, please frame."
Oh,
Oh,
Right.
that
what do you guys
is
think?
Yes.
that is fun.
Yes.
It was fun.
Yes.
I like how simple it is. It's just knowing those. It threw me for a loop. I gotta say, still reading through the rules and not having like,
Mhm.
all right, now take 3d6 and roll for a hit, and it's just like everything's like, nah, 50-50 coin toss.
Yeah, and it's not really designed to be lethal.
Yeah.
You're not. As you experience just now, it's all about the fun and just the crazy stuff you can do, and just thinking creatively to kind of maximize the risk versus reward. So because even though you lost some stuff, you still were able to get it back in various ways, or think creatively to avoid losing or something, or you lost one thing, so you had to think of another way to do it. So
Yeah,
And none of us ended up like this.
no.
not today.
I have had this for years. This was a present.
Well, I mean, how long have you had that on hand for just that?
This whole time.
Oh, well,
So
I
is that-
wrote
waiting.
notes in it.
nice.
He was waiting for a carbonite talk.
Also, if you guys have not seen it, you should type in Star Wars band poster.
Oh,
I can actually post it in the chat. It's a link to Amazon. You could buy this.
where's the?
Here, I can post it in the. There we go.
Whoop.
It's posted under Bethany, but in both chats.
Wow, that is pretty awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I see what this is.
That is pretty cool.
Oh,
That is how I picture our concerts. Just
but how did this artist already hear our game and put this thing so
Right?
quickly?
Man, it was quick.
Yes.
It's like they knew.
Seriously, David really needs to find somebody to make that happen.
yes, yes.
I don't think he'll have a problem. And now we gotta find somebody to make all this freaking music.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll all get together and collectively, write the autobiography. I'll write Zip Zap's parts.
Well, I'll write the VH1 behind the music.
Solar
Those-
flare behind.
Those
the
were
music.
crazy heady times back then. On the run from the Empire. All right.
Yeah, so this could easily be, long play just with like a collection of one shots or short plays.
I could see
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of trying to bring this in. It sounds like you kind of gain focuses as you go along. Been dipping it out of some of the rule sets. I don't know exactly how they're gonna swing that one, but I definitely can't wait to see how it comes out for like full campaign play, or even just doing more one shots is gonna be great. So
When do you have an idea of a release date or?
But it's pretty already set. I think he said January because the Kickstarter ends, I think in like 5 or 6 more days.
I know it's
yeah,
soon,
at the time of
yeah.
the recording of this is gonna be 5 days, I believe.
Yep.
So
Nice.
And then I believe January was his anticipated date to fully release the PDF.
Yeah, and it
So I
sounds like it's already pretty far along
hmm
rules wise, so that's cool.
Yeah, I think rules wise, I think it's pretty much set. I think a lot of it is just wording and phrasing. And just kind of looking through a few stuff. I know he's going to hire a copy editor to look through it. So
Oh yeah, that would definitely make sense.
mhm.
Yeah.
And then time for the artwork, but I know they're already cruising through stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, and as soon as he put it up, I put in my money in right away for the. I absolutely love this thing.
Yeah,
But
I
after-
can't wait to see one of the printed books too. See what those end up looking like too.
Yep.
The artist he got for these, it looks great. I love the line art that he's doing for the inside.
Mhm.
Just looks great.
And just thanks for coordinating this. I mean, it was
Yeah,
quick
this
to
was a
get
lot
started.
of
We just
fun.
started talking about it this afternoon, and I mean, here we go. It was a great
Yeah.
way to spend an evening.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's
I'm
how
glad
we
it
do
worked out.
things at Game Octane. We go quick. But yeah, I was just gonna
Yeah.
say, so it's up on Kickstarter at the time of this recording. Like I said, he's probably gonna use some of the video maybe on the page, so I don't know when people are actually gonna be watching it or whatever. But definitely go back, and if you haven't, I think you guys have like everything down to like base $5 PDFs, and I think you also there's I think wasn't there a $100 tier recently just opened up for like get your own character drawn too, like
Yeah,
with the artists he has.
$5 does the printer-friendly version. $10 does the print-friendly and color version, and also I think 15 gives you the POD option. I don't remember.
So I
Anyway,
could pay
yeah.
$100 to have the artist render Android David Bowie.
Yes, you could.
And then,
Okay.
of course, that would make it in the source book. I mean, you can't not put Android David Bowie in there.
Well, he
yeah.
did have the goal of if he made it of doing the adventure.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard too much about what he's planning for that, but
Yeah.
I would-
I think we set it up pretty good for him. I think we
I
gave
was-
some NPC.
I was gonna
Hopefully.
say for like I said, I've talked to David often when he gets into these moods of building RPGs and worlds, and I would love to see what he does with an adventure set in this world because he has a almost feverish way of just working on building worlds and connections and just huge grand scenarios and stuff. So I'd be interested to see what comes out of it.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you, Jeremy, for hosting or rules moderating.
Yep.
Risk managing? Yeah. I think
Risk
risk
managing.
manager. Yep.
And thank you, Michael and Tony, was it?
Yep.
Again? Yeah. You're just going to be Bowie and Codex to me now.
Nice.
Sounds good to me.
Hope you guys had
thank you guys
fun.
for playing.
Yeah.
It was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Blast.
So, all right, gentlemen, we will talk to you later, and I look forward to watching and listening to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
I
you
was like,
guys.
All right. See you guys.
Stay up.
Night.